Gentlemen, there's a bunch of news the day before the NFL really kicks off for Sunday football. Welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. We're going to cover all during the Buffalo Bulls game today. I've been telling you guys all week I'm going to be live for the Buffalo Bulls game. Not only are we going to cover the Buffalo Bulls game, I'll give you some play-by-play, some reaction, things like that as I watch the Buffalo Bulls hopefully make it close with Penn State. Guys, so far on Fox, there's been 2 games, 2 overtime games. I'm not saying, as Louis T says, I'm just saying. So we'll see if they can keep it close against this Penn State team. I think Penn State 25.5 point favorites. But guys, the big news, of course, Antonio Brown to the New England Patriots. Tweeted the other day, "Hey Bills pal, how you doing? Welcome to Billievers Talk." Nightmare. I don't know if I agree with you. I'm gonna put a different narrative on it. And if you follow me on Twitter, you saw what I posted on Twitter as soon as I heard the news. You know what, guys? There's no reason to be scared. No reason to be scared. In my opinion, there are 2 reactions that we can have to this, and I'll get over that. I'll go over that when we get people in here, so we can talk about it. Welcome Bills Battle again. If you're new to the channel, guys, share this video. Let people know we are out there again. I'm going to be covering the Buffalo Bulls game. But while the Bulls game's going on, you know we're going to be talking about our Buffalo Bills getting ready to play the New York, New Jersey Jets tomorrow. Hopefully getting that W tomorrow. I predicted that we get the W. I expect it to be a low game. Like I said, I think we're going to win 21-18, something like that. Maybe up 21-10. They score a touchdown late, go for that 2-point conversion, make it 21-18. We recover the onside kick, kneel it down a couple times. I think it's going to be something like that. King Kim, welcome to Billievers Talk. Moss may work after a terrible time with the Raiders. Ironic, yeah. Well, irony or fixed, you can say one or the other, but we can talk about that too later. I do believe that. No, I did see on Twitter that some people are saying that the Patriots fixed this. Guys, there's no way the Patriots could have fixed this. The only 2 people that fixed this were Drew Rosenhaus and Antonio Brown. This wasn't the Patriots doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. This was all Antonio Brown and Drew Rosenhaus. They knew that the Steelers would never trade him to the Patriots. So what do? They find a way to get it done. But all the Patriots knew is that, hey, Antonio Brown's a really good player, and that's what they wanted, and that's what they got. They got a really good player. As long as he can keep his head on straight, they should be all right. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. We'll get into that. Hey, Dan. DB, I know you want me to call you DB because I can't pronounce your whole thing there. So, hey, DB, yeah, we're going to do UB at Penn State. The game's going on right now, just kicked off. Buffalo's going to start, University of Buffalo's going to start with the ball. Guys, share this video with on all your social media networks. In fact, I should share this too to let people know we are here. But just share this video, like this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think because I'm going to talk about a lot of things, NFL and college here tonight. And also we know during this game, while this game's going on, you got that huge Texas game going on, Texas LSU. So you guys can keep me up to date on that score because I won't be watching that game unless this game gets completely out of hand. Maybe we'll switch it. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys to keep me up to date there. But yeah, guys, welcome to Billievers Talk. Again, Antonio Brown to the New England Patriots. I know a lot of Bills fans are upset about that. I understand that you're upset about that. But guys, I am salivating at the opportunity to play Antonio Brown 2 times. Okay, who had the #1 pass defense last season? Our Bills, right? Our Buffalo Bills had the #1 pass defense last season. Who just 2 or 3 months ago was reportedly coming to the Buffalo Bills in a trade and then nixed it himself because he didn't want to play in Buffalo because he wants to play somewhere where they can win or something like that. That would be Antonio Brown. So now you have that problem, Antonio Brown. You are going to go up against this Buffalo Bills pass defense twice this year. And you know what? I'm not that impressed with the team around Antonio Brown still. Yes, they have Tom Brady. Yes, they have Josh Gordon. I saw someone tweet out that in 2013, Antonio Brown was first and Josh Gordon was second in yards in 2013. This is in 2013. This is 2019. This is a whole new season. Temple guaranteed up to 15. They cut to make room. Who they cut to make room? I have no idea. I have no idea who they cut to make room. I haven't seen any of that yet. And to be honest, they don't have to. Antonio Brown will not be playing tomorrow. Okay. There's a rule in the NFL that in order to clear waivers by game time or by Sunday at all, you have to be picked up before 4 p.m. today. He was not picked up before 4 p.m. on Saturday. so he will not be playing tomorrow, which means they don't have to cut anyone until Monday. So we might not find out who they cut until then. But you better believe you're looking over your shoulder now if you're on that bubble, right? If you are on the bubble, Bills will have a statement win tomorrow versus the Jets. I hope so, CR. That is what I'm hoping for, as it looks like Buffalo has 3rd and 9 with 13:15 to go in the first. I'm hoping for a statement win both week 1, week 2, week 3, and then even week 4 when Antonio Brown and the New England Patriots come into Buffalo. Guys, I just started the season 4-0. I still have a starting the season 4-0. Antonio Brown does not scare me. Antonio Brown, I say, bring it, okay? I say, give us your best shot. You want to come at Bills Mafia and say this isn't a good place to play? We'll show you what we got week 4. And you might think you're the best wide receiver in the game, but man, you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? So be prepared for week 4 because we're going to be. So you better be ready. I'll be ready. I think it's going to be a great game. Like I said, I still think the Buffalo Bills, the 4 p.m. Yeah, the 4. So again, yeah, they don't have to cut anyone yet. So AB will complain to Brady about not getting targets. And this is where I question if this was all planned. If this was all planned, AB, you're not going to hear anything from him. You're not going to hear anything from him for a long time, okay? And by a long time, I mean until the deal is finalized, maybe next week sometime. Randy Moss. Randy Moss is a good example, which was brought up earlier. When Randy Moss was in Oakland, he was talking all the time. He goes to the Patriots, where they're notorious for not talking at all, and you don't hear much from him. Okay, and we'll know if this was planned or not by Antonio Brown's reaction. If he sits in silence for a little bit, if he stays off of social media, if he doesn't seem as crazy as he has for the past 4, 5, 6 months, then we know something's going on. If something's going on, I firmly put the blame on Drew Rosenhaus, Antonio Brown's agent, and Antonio Brown. The Patriots can have anything to do with this, right? The Patriots know that Antonio Brown's a good player, period. So, the Raiders release Antonio Brown. Who's Drew Rosenhaus's first call going to be to? The Patriots, because that's where Antonio Brown wants to play, if this is all true. So obviously it's going to happen quickly, because what are the Patriots going to do? Say no? Of course not. They're going to say yes, especially with a deal like $15 million. It's not even that big of a deal. And the Nittany Lions are on the field on offense, so the Bulls went 3 and out. Got a lot of faith in our defense. Well, of course, listen, like I said, there are 2 ways you can look at this, right? There are 2 ways you can look at this. You can either look at this and say, oh, no, the Patriots got Antonio Brown. Here we go again, yada, yada, yada. Same old Patriots. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Or you could meet the challenge head on, okay? Meet the challenge head on and say, let's go. I'm sick and tired of finishing second fiddle because we're too scared to go out there and do something. I hope Trey White, wherever he's sitting, I hope Hyde and Poyer, wherever they're sitting, they saw this and they said, let's go. Let's get this done. To prove that we're the best, and old Ric Flair saying, woo! To be the man, you got to beat the man. So to prove that we're the best, which I think we still are, and a lot of you do too, I think we're the best defense in the league. And if that's true, we got to show it against the best. And who's the best wide receiver in the league? Supposedly, Antonio Brown. So let's prove it against the best. I think we can do it. I hope you guys do too. Believe in this team. Coach McDermott, defensive-minded. Leslie Frazier, great defensive coordinator. Not only do we have some of the greatest corners and safeties in the game today, we have 2 of the best defensive-minded coaches in the game today on our sideline. So I think we're going to be all right. Yeah, if there's ever collusion, no, you're absolutely right. If there's ever a collusion case out there, you're absolutely right. If it gets out, it's gonna be detrimental to Antonio Brown and Drew Rosenhaus. Again, if somehow the Patriots are involved, I think it's gonna be terrible for the Patriots. But I don't think they had anything to do with it. But yeah, you have to go after it and just say, you know what, best wide receiver in the game, let's shut him down. I thought Trey White did a good job last year against Anthony Johnson, or not Anthony Johnson, guy from Houston. You guys know his first name. DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins. I thought he did a good job last year. Hopkins had the 1 touchdown, but I thought he did a good job. We did a good job against Minnesota's dynamic duo in Diggs and Thielen last year, right? I think that this team can do a good job against Antonio Brown. Are you going to shut him down? Of course not. But there were games last year where we only had 5 receptions for some yards and maybe a touchdown. If we do that again, that's fine. I'm getting fired up, Bills Value. You know I'm getting fired up. Tomorrow the season begins. Woo! You have to believe in our Buffalo Bills. We're going to get it done this season. Like I said, beginning of the year, I was going 11-5. I did my prediction video. I had us going 11-5. I still have us going 11-5. I still have us winning a playoff game. I still have this team going beyond a lot of people's expectations, and we're going to be the ones to be able to say, guys, we got it done, okay? And then Antonio Brown, he's going to have a good season, sure, maybe, probably, as long as no one gets hurt, as long as there's no drama off the field, which there still could be. We have no idea. This collusion case could come out tomorrow, and then all of a sudden Antonio Brown's not playing for the Patriots at all. No idea what's going to happen, right? But we can't control that. What we can control is how we play on the field. Let me tell you something. Antonio Brown was on the field for 14 games for the Steelers last year. They didn't win all of them. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Tom Brady is that much better in this point in his career than Ben Roethlisberger. Is he better than Ben? Yes. But is he like leaps and bounds better than Ben? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think he's a little bit better than Ben Roethlisberger, but I think Ben is still a pretty good quarterback, okay? Now, the difference is if Antonio Brown doesn't go the right way on a route, which we know is true, so obviously Antonio Brown doesn't always read routes correctly, not the greatest route runner. If that's something that Tom Brady is not going to do to the media, right? He's not going to post it. He's not going to blab and say, oh, we sure went out more on that route instead of cutting in. That's not going to happen with Tom Brady. He's going to talk to Antonio Brown in the locker room, and that's going to be the end of it, right? And that's the way it should have been last year. That's on Ben Roethlisberger. I get that. But, man, I think this is going to be a lot of fun this year, and this only adds to my excitement. Like I said, I know a lot of Bills fans are looking down right now and saying, oh, bother, doing the whole Eeyore effect, right? Oh, bother. Don't. Let's stand up. Let's rise to the challenge, right? And obviously we're just fans here, but let's support this team 100%. Let's not give this team any inclination that we're down, thinking that this is going to be the same as every other Bills year, because it's not. It's not. I can't wait for tomorrow. King Cam, absolutely right. I can't wait for week 2. I can't wait for week 3. And I can't wait for week 4. But again, it all starts tomorrow, right? So, even though I just said I hope Trey White and all them were getting excited about the opportunity to play against Antonio Brown, I quickly realized that doesn't matter to week 4. Let's worry about week 1. Let's worry about the New York, New Jersey, Jets, Jets. And the good thing about playing a divisional game, week 1 now, is whatever the Bills are feeling, the Jets are feeling the same thing. So whether they're down on their luck because the Patriots just got that much better, or if they're excited, their focus is somewhere else as well. So it's not, we can't say, oh, we were focused too much on that to focus on the game. No, we should all be focused on the Jets tomorrow. That's all that matters. And I'm looking forward to a good game. You guys saw my preview video that on Thursday. I go live every Thursday night during Thursday Night Football to discuss the game coming up. So if you haven't already subscribed to Billievers Talk, guys, hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. So far, still Penn State-Buffalo game. Buffalo defense rises to the occasion and stops Penn State as well. There's a fumble on the field, it looks like, and it is Penn State's ball. So the first break with 9:20 to go in the first quarter goes to Penn State. Buffalo Bulls fumble goes to Penn State, so Penn State's going to have the ball in good field position. I'm watching the replay right now. The ball is definitely out before he is down, so the Penn State Nittany Lions will get the ball. I think they're actually inside the 30-yard line. Double check on that. Cycle football, that counts. Absolutely, guys. If you watch the game Thursday, like I said during Thursday's stream, you might find our offense just as sluggish as those offenses were Thursday night because, again, we probably got as much preseason time as the Bears did with the first string. So now the Packers didn't use any first string during the preseason, so maybe that will have a little bit of effect on it. Maybe we'll do a little better. Hey, Samuel Harris, how you doing? Welcome to Billievers Talk. I'm closer to New York City. I have to deal with Jets fans all the time. They are the worst. Hey, we could show them all up tomorrow, can't we? So you might have bragging rights to come tomorrow if the Bills get that victory, and then they'll have to listen to you talk about how great this Buffalo Bills team is going to be this season, because I believe they are going to be. I believe, like I said, my prediction video, I have the Buffalo Bills going 11-5, and you guys might think I'm crazy. You guys might think I'm optimistic. Penn State touchdown, first play after the turnover. Yeah, and like I said, they had inside the 30. They go deep for a touchdown. So this might turn into what a lot of experts were saying. Again, I think Penn State were 26 or 27.5-point favorites. So this might not be a close game, guys. But hey, like I said, Fox already had 2 overtime games today. Maybe we can make this the 3rd. That'd be fun to see. But as I keep going over that, I will continue to talk about the game tomorrow. Again, I previewed it on Thursday, talking about my 3 keys to victory. Then that was quick. Yeah, like I said, first play, they went into the end zone and they scored a touchdown. I'm going to go over my 3 keys to victory again tonight, just so you guys know. But again, guys, I go live every Thursday during halftime of Thursday Night Football. I'll be going live every Monday during the halftime show of Monday Night Football. Maybe I'll do something special this Monday because they have that double header, right? So maybe I'll do something a little special for you guys this Monday. But I will be going live during halftime at least of the Monday Night Football games. So after you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, we're going to have a good time. The only touchdown in that game is why we need Duke Williams. Yeah, you talk about the Thursday night game. The only touchdown in that game was Rodgers to their tight end Jimmy Graham, who went up and got it. Ex-basketball player, able to jump above some people and kind of grab it, as Chris Collinsworth said, kind of get that rebound, right? Not a huge Chris Collinsworth fan here, but he was right in that instance. And maybe that's why we need Duke Williams. And we might see Duke Williams sooner than people realize. I'm not sure how long he's going to be sitting on the practice squad. If he continues to make plays like we've been seeing on the practice squad, we might see him sooner rather than later. But again, there's a little bit of a difference between the CFL and the NFL. Maybe there are some things that we're not seeing that the coaches are seeing in film rooms, that the coaches are seeing during practices or during whatever skill drills they do. And that's what's holding them back. Again, I'm going to trust this coaching staff that they know more about these players than we do. And so I'm going to trust them when they say Duke Williams is on the practice squad. Hey, we're happy to get Duke Williams back on the practice squad, right? I'm happy to have Duke Williams, so I hope you guys are too. Act like a jerk, play for whatever team I want. AB, hey, it worked for him, right? We can be mad about it if we want to, but it worked for him. So if he wanted to be in New England the whole time, well, you got your wish. Again, we all knew, unless the Patriots were willing to sell a farm to the Steelers, that the Steelers were not going to trade Antonio Brown to the Patriots. And Antonio Brown probably knew that too. So what's the best way to get on there after that? Well, act like a jerk, to say it kindly, and get what you want. And as to Bull Moose's point, and welcome Bull Moose to Billievers Talk, that's what happened, and it worked for him. So you can hate the system, hate the game, not the player, hate the player, not the game, whatever, however you want to look at it, But again, I'm just excited for the opportunity to play against what most people consider the best wide receiver in the game. But like I said just less than 5 minutes ago, Antonio Brown played for the Steelers last year, and they didn't win every game. Antonio Brown is not like this cheat code that the Patriots now have that's going to win every single game. The Patriots are still beatable. And you know what, maybe this puts them on the hump to win the Super Bowl again, something like that. I don't know. We're going to let the season play out, guys. There still can be injuries. There still can be trades. There are a lot of things that can happen between now and week 4, let alone the end of the season, that will change the narrative again. Here we are a day before, just 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Antonio Brown for the Raiders, right? Now today we're talking about Antonio Brown for the Patriots. Maybe he doesn't clean up his act. Maybe he's still, because we all know we can hate him all as much as we want, but we all know if he starts this crap with Bill Belichick ain't going to be the John Gruden type buddy. Oh, I'm on your side. Oh, let me give you a call so that way we can talk things out. No, Bill Belichick's going to be like, leave. I don't care. In fact, I'm not sure Bill Belichick wants Antonio Brown on this team, but that, again, isn't my call. You would hope that Tom Kraft or Richard Kraft or whatever the hell his name is would call Bill Belichick first and say, hey, they're offering to play for the Patriots. Do you want him here? And then Bill Belichick would speak his mind. But we've heard that there's been issues with Kraft and Belichick before, the whole Brady Garoppolo thing. So, not saying it can't happen again. AB needs Prozac. Again, Thomas, thank you for the comment. But again, maybe this was all part of the plan, if you will, right? Part of the plan to become a New England Patriot. Robert Kraft. Thanks, Thomas. I knew you'd figure it out. Guys, I'm going to be itching a lot today. I got my hair cut today. Haven't had a chance to shower yet, so you'll be seeing me itch all the time. So I apologize for that. Buffalo Bulls have the ball. Looks like an incomplete pass on first down. Going to be second and 10. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Penn State up 7-0. The Bulls got the ball first. Went 3 and out. The Penn State got the ball. Defense held them. They punted. Bulls got the ball and they fumbled on that drive, and that drive led to the touchdown. So we'll see what happens. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. We're going to be with you throughout the game. We'll talk about the Buffalo Bills a lot. Again, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. What the Buffalo Bills have, because last I checked, like I said, we had the number one pass defense last season, and that was against some pretty good competition, including DeAndre Hopkins, including Thielen, including Diggs. You know, there were some good wide receivers there. Maybe not to Antonio Brown's level, but you know what? Antonio Brown, he's been in the league quite a bit. There has to start being a decline sooner or later. I know we've been saying that about Tom Brady, but he's not on the Tom Brady diet. And again, I don't want to see injuries. I never like injuries, even if it's TB12. But injuries do happen. They are part of the game. The Patriots lost their starting center for their whole year. They have Russell Bodine as their center. The Bills got a 6th-round pick for Russell Bodine. So we remember what Russell Bodine did for the Bills last year. Yeah, he was the center for the 27th worst offensive line in the league. That's who is now the Patriots center, at least one of them. So will Tom Brady have enough protection to get Antonio Brown the ball is another question. You don't know. I mean, Antonio Brown, you know what's going to happen if Antonio Brown doesn't get enough balls thrown his way? He's going to start blabbing his mouth again and saying how this team's not winning or this team's not doing as well as it could because I'm not getting the ball. The New England Patriots have rarely, other than Randy Moss here, I understand that years, have rarely been the type of team to focus on one guy, right? So we're going to see what happens. But again, the Bills, Jets, tomorrow. I'm looking forward to a 1 o'clock East Rutherford, New Jersey, because again, a New York team plays in New Jersey and they try to call themselves New York. Don't believe it. In the Buffalo Bulls game, the Bulls running back Noon, the one who fumbled it, actually just went out with an injury. So he's getting looked at by the trainers right now. Buffalo Bulls, 8:50 to go. Still have the ball here. 2nd and 11. Penn State up 7-0, like I said. Some good games so far today. Army almost upset Michigan, so that was a good game to watch that. And then the game that just ended, the Nebraska game just ended with Nebraska losing in overtime. Quarterback sneak for the Buffalo Bulls, gains about 3 or 4 yards. Going to be 3rd and about 8 for the Buffalo Bulls. Less than 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, I'm not expecting much here by the Buffalo Bulls, but it's just fun to see our team getting some national attention. So that's cool to see. So again, Hopkins caught 115 passes and dropped 0 passes. Yeah. There you go, DB. There you go. So he didn't drop a single ball last year. Trey White, let's go back to that game. Now I know that Hopkins had a touchdown last season or against the Bills, so I know that happened. But if I remember his stat line, it wasn't like I wasn't like blown away by it. So I'm going back to that game. I'm sure someone can get there faster than I can. But let me see here. Look at the 2018 game logs. All right, so DeAndre Hopkins' game against Trey White last season, who, again, DeAndre Hopkins, I would easily argue, is better than Antonio Brown. 6 targets, 5 receptions, 63 yards, and then that touchdown. Not something that you're scared of, right? His game was 5 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Again, one of the best wide receivers in the game, so you know he's going to get his catches, right? You know that's going to happen. But Trey White was on him all game, and that's what he did. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay if when we play New England, if that's what Antonio Brown does. Now, you can't argue that this means that our second cornerback is on Josh Gordon, but Josh Gordon doesn't scare me either. I mean, he hasn't played a full season in his whole career, if I remember correctly. So why would I be scared of him playing a full season now? Why am I scared of him being in football shape? Everyone keeps going back to 2013. 2013 he did this, 2013 he did that. That is now 6 years ago. 6 years ago, 2013, I didn't even know my wife back in 2013, and we went through meeting, dating, engagement, and now marriage. Like, there's been so much that's happened since 2013. Trey earns this dough. Yeah, he's gonna earn a big contract. Hopefully, it's with the Bills here. All right, so the Bulls just kicked a field goal and missed. So it's still 7-0 Penn State. It was wide. I'm not even going to say what it was. So it's 7-0 Penn State. Penn State's going to get the ball back from this commercial break. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and Nick, you're absolutely right. He also had perfect coverage on that TD. It's just, man, hey, he's pretty good. Hopkins is pretty good, able to body out, get position on a corner. It doesn't matter who the corner is, and get that touchdown. It was a great ball, great catch. Yeah, the Bills will win Sunday of a score 55-6. Thomas Camp, if the Buffalo Bills win and they score 55 points, I don't even care what the Jets score at that point. It will be the biggest shock of the season if that's what happens. If our offense can score 55 points in a game this year, I'll be happy. Maybe score 55 points against the Patriots. I'd be happy. But, we do have to look at this Jets team. We have to look at this Jets game and say, that's the first obstacle. We'll worry about Antonio Brown when we get to him. But, guys, like I said, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's get Antonio Brown here. Let's get him into Buffalo. Because another thing I thought of, too, is, again, remember 4 months ago, Ian Rappaport says, oh, the Bills are close. The Bills are so close to getting Antonio Brown. I'll get safe draft to Sammy. Don't remind us. Don't remind us, DB. But yeah, Ian Rappaport, the Bills are close to a trade with the Steelers for AB. And then, of course, Antonio Brown comes in and says he doesn't want to go to Buffalo. Well, when he comes to Buffalo, there's no better fan base than Bills Mafia. Out of the league, there's no better fan base than Bills Mafia. So we're going to be chirping. I don't think Antonio Brown's going to be able to stop from chirping back. And when he does, you better believe Bill Belichick's going to have something to say about it, right? How often do we hear about New England Patriots players chirping about anything? You don't, because they have a pretty good policy, pretty good closed-door policy when it comes to talking to the media. Tom Brady's learned it well. Bill Belichick's always done it well. It's just what happens. He'll hear record boos at New Era. It's going to be fun. And you know what? There's no way he's going to be able to avoid it. There's no way he's going to be able to avoid it. And I hope that Trey White, you know what? If we see Trey White hold Antonio Brown to 5 catches for 63 yards and touchdown, that's a win for Trey White. I'm not saying we win the game. I'm not saying that, but that's a win for Trey White. That's a win for the Bills defense. The only way I would say it's not a win for the Bills defense is if they forget to cover Josh Gordon or whoever else it might be. But it's a proven fact we're the best, says King Cam. Look it up. It's a proven fact that we had the best pass defense last year. It's a proven fact that we're bringing back 10 out of 11 starters on defense. And you're talking about the number 2 defense last year. And that 11th guy that switched, even though I loved Kyle Williams, everyone knows how big of a Kyle Williams fan I was. That 11th guy that switched is now Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, a young guy who might be able to take up some double teams that Starr took up last year. And whether it be Starr on the inside or Jerry Hughes and Trent Murphy on the outside, it's going to be dangerous for Tom Brady, for Sam Darnold, for whoever is in that backfield. Again, Jerry Hughes actually was one of the top dogs in the league in quarterback hits last season, in quarterback pressures last season. So we're going to see what happens. It's not about why do I have to hide that? I don't know why I have to hold. I don't know why YouTube sometimes holds things for review. Bills battle, you're absolutely right. We've seen in the past, it's about getting to Tom Brady. It doesn't matter who the receivers are. He'll make anyone look good. He made Deion Branch a Super Bowl MVP. He will make anyone look good. So it's all about, even when they had Randy Moss, even in their undefeated year, who's the team that finally beat them? It was the Giants in the Super Bowl. And that Giants defensive line was pretty much Super Bowl MVP of that game because they constantly got pressure on Tom Brady. It didn't matter who his wide receivers were. He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't get them open quick enough to get rid of the ball. So Matt Barkley will pull up 40 of the points due to an injury to Allen. I hope not. I really hope not. But we have seen Matt Barkley put up over 40 points on the Jets just last season, so there's no reason to think that he can't do it again. And that's the good thing about having a competent backup, right? Last year, it took us to week 11 to get a competent backup. I will say that Anderson was a competent backup, and then, of course, we get Matt Barkley. But, when Josh Allen was a backup week 1, he wasn't a competent backup because it was his first game. And then who's his backup? Oh, yeah, Nathan Peterman. who, by the way, has more interceptions than completions so far in the league. So you take that for what it is. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. We're going to continue to cover this Buffalo Bulls Penn State game. Still 7-0 Penn State. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, other than that turnover, the Bulls haven't looked that bad. And the Penn State line score refs turnover. The Bulls did just miss a field goal to give Penn State good field possession again. 3rd and 7 for Penn State right now. 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Quarterback rolls to his right, number 14, and he's sacked for maybe 1 yard loss. So the Buffalo Bulls defense holding up, other than that one play right after fumble, holding up, and it's still just 7-0 Penn State. So Barkley is a great fit in Buffalo. Absolutely is. Absolutely is, and he's a great fit for Josh Allen. Someone to be behind Josh Allen. I think it works out well. I like Matt Barkley's skill set. I think they're a little bit different than Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's obviously more athletic and has a stronger arm. And that's another thing. That's another thing we didn't even talk about with this Antonio Brown thing. Tom Brady's arm strength isn't where it used to be, and it was never one of his like shining spots, right? So Antonio Brown isn't going to be able to be a burner downfield every game because let's be honest, Tom Brady might not be able to get it to him, okay? Now, Tom Brady, he's an assassin inside 15, 20 yards. I'm not trying to say he's not. Now, that has a lot to do with his weapons, too, his Edelmans, his Amendolas, players like that who just get open and then find a place and then sit down. And hey, that's good for you guys. We have one of those now in Cole Beasley, and I'm excited to see what he does. But Tom Brady's arm strength has notably depleted, and so he won't be able to hit those long routes to Josh Gordon or to Antonio Brown as frequently maybe they might like. And let's say Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown don't get along. What's going to happen then? You have to remember they're two pretty strong personalities in that locker room, and maybe they'll start doing drugs together. Again, I hope not. I hope that Josh Gordon is better. I really do. I don't want to see anyone's life taken away because of drugs or whatever. It's just football, guys. And I know I'm saying that, and some of you might unsubscribe to me just for saying that. But we shouldn't want someone's life to be altered because of things off the field, right? If it's things on the field, we can live with that because hey, that's part of the business, right? That's part of the business. Part of the business is getting hit. You don't want to see anyone with permanent injuries. I agree with Lady Waddle's wife when she says, it's not what we expect. When we go into a car, she used the analogy of going in a car. We know that there's a possibility of getting into a car accident, but that's not saying that we should be okay with getting into a car accident when it happens. Like, no. I just want to see us win. And to be honest, I want to see us beat every single team with the best they have to offer. I want to see us beat every single team with Sam Darnold and everyone in there. I want the Jets with Sam Darnold and everyone in there that they have. I want to see us beat the Giants with Saquon Barkley. I want to see us beat the Bengals with A.J. Green, which looks unlikely at this point. I've always been an A.J. Green fan, so I am sorry to see that happen. And I want to see us beat the Patriots with Tom Brady, A.B., Amendola, Amendola's not there anymore, Edelman, whoever else the case might be. But what's up, Bills Mafia? How you doing, Evil Crazy 8? Patriots get another give me from the league. Again, I don't think the league. How could the league have done that, right? I feel like Antonio Brown and his agent had a lot to do with that, but not necessarily the Patriots. The Patriots received a phone call today, and it was Drew Rosenhaus. And Drew Rosenhaus said, hey, Antonio Brown's willing to play for you, and he's willing to play at a discount. And so, of course, the Patriots are going to say, okay, please, yes. Because let's be honest, Antonio Brown, no matter what you say about his personality or his off-the-field antics, still a pretty good player, right? Still a pretty good player. And so, the Patriots figured they would put something in the contract to protect themselves. And but they want to sign talent. That's what it's all about. Stefan Green from Germany, how you doing? Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Hey, I'm trying to show all you guys some love. I appreciate the love right back from Germany. I know that you're probably up. I think you're up late, so I appreciate it. And I'm gonna keep keeping you up to date on the Buffalo Bulls game. So if you're a fan of Buffalo sports, hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment. Again, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Antonio Brown situation. Let me know what you think about the Jets tomorrow. Let me know what the Buffalo Bulls get first down. Let me know what you think about the Buffalo Bulls Penn State game. Again, still 7-0, 2.5 minutes to go. The Bulls keep it close. keep it close, and you never know what's going to happen. We know Penn State routed the team that played last week. I don't remember who it was, but it was like 70-7, something like that. The Buffalo Bulls got a win on Thursday. Another thing, the Bulls had a few extra days of rest, so upset alert maybe here for Penn State. We saw Michigan almost get upset earlier by Army, or yeah, I think it was Army, right? It was either Army or Navy. AB proved any player can alienate his club and force a release. Have a Bulls shirt. Nice. I don't. I have Bulls. I have shirts that are in the Bulls colors, that like light blue, but I do not have a Bulls shirt. One of the things I need to get if I'm going to do more Bulls games, that's for sure. A good family friend wrestle at UB. Well, then you are interested in this game, and I appreciate that. So Buffalo Bulls have 105 total yards. They're actually out. They have more yards than Penn State, but a lot of that is due to the fact that Penn State's been given really good field position on their drives. Again, 30 yards or 28 yards on the touchdown drive, one play after a fumble by our running back. But Penn State, we know they're known for their good defense, so we don't want to give up too many easy scores here. But 7-0, less than a minute after to go in the first quarter, you have to believe sooner or later the Bulls are going to start getting some confidence and feel like they can win this game. So be excited to see that as the Bulls have the ball. Like I said, minute 10 to go at the 38, at their own 38-yard line. Handoff on the inside. Looks like they have enough for the first down at the 40-yard line. So they're moving the ball a little bit. We'll see what happens. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. Again, we're talking about the AB situation. Antonio Brown forcing his release from Oakland, getting the best situation he can ask for, going to the New England Patriots. And again, if you weren't with me earlier, guys, I'm excited. I'm not. You ask people who are in the chat. I'm excited about the fact that Antonio Brown's coming to New England. We're talking about the Jets game tomorrow. I talked about my 3 keys to victory. On Thursday, unfortunately, as we learned, as I did a video, Andre Roberts will not be in this game. I have special teams as a huge factor in the game tomorrow against the New Jersey Jets. So I hope that this means that maybe McKenzie can return some kicks. Maybe we can have Hyde back there return a punt or two. But we'll see what happens. But I just hope that this doesn't affect the special teams too much. I also put down Jorges, our punter, and of course Steven Hauschka. Hopefully he can go back to Hausch money, and we don't have to worry about those 2 preseason kicks he missed. That last game, week 3, he nailed a 56 yard or something like that. So I feel pretty confident. We know that the Bills extended his contract for another 2 years. Bulls get a nice run here, 9 yards, close to midfield. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Bulls with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. They might let the quarter wind down. We'll see what happens. AB was a 6th-round draft pick. He had Big Ben, and now he thinks that he is a diva. You have to talk about this. If you're going to talk about him being a 6th-round draft pick, you have to talk about the success that he's been in the league, right? I mean, you have to admit he is definitely a top 5 wide receiver in this league when he's on the field. They worked out perfectly for him. Again, we'll see what happens. What do we hear from Antonio Brown? I'm not following Antonio Brown on any single social media site, so I'm not sure what's going on. I know he tweeted or he Facebooked something about Derek Carr. I think he put like bumper cars and he spelled it Carrs. I know that he got excited when he was released, but I don't know what he's put out since the news came out about him signing with the Patriots. I don't know if there has been stuff, but we'll see what happens. If he stays quiet, then I do think Drew Rosenhaus and Antonio Brown were behind this. I really do. And this is something that the league should look into, and the league has time to look into it because, again, Antonio Brown cannot play tomorrow. The NFL has a league policy where if you sign a player after 4 o'clock the Saturday before a game, he cannot play in the game on Sunday. It will not become official until Monday. So hopefully the league is doing their due diligence, which they should do with every transaction. They should do that with every transaction. I'm not saying that they should treat this transaction any differently. I'm saying with every single transaction, they should do their due diligence to make sure that nothing shady went down. And we'll know. The league is pretty good. Listen, the league suspended Tom Brady for 4 games after Deflategate, right? We remember that. And you know what? The Patriots still won the Super Bowl that year. They penalized some draft picks after after Spygate. They've done things to penalize the Patriots. Now, some of us will say it hasn't been enough, but I think that's just because we're sick and tired of the Patriots winning. I don't think, the Spygate situation, I personally believe, was blown way out of proportion. From the stories I've heard, where the Patriots actually had their cameras compared to where they didn't, but who knows? Deflategate, remember, they won that game like 42-10 or something crazy like that. The Colts were not in that game. I don't think balls that had a little less PSI in it were the reason for that. I don't think it's right that they did it, but I don't think they even needed to do it either. Keep me informed, Joe. My laptop is messing up my TV's reception. I'll keep you informed. Still 7-0. Like I said, end of the first quarter. The Bulls have the ball 3rd and 1, close to midfield. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Have a great night, Stephanie, and thanks for joining me. If you don't know, I will not be live streaming the game tomorrow like I did last year. I will be teaming up with Hashtag Sports, so we both will do some games tomorrow. You go to Hashtag Sports or follow them at Sportscaster. Links in the description below, and they will give you live play-by-play and reaction to the game. So if you can't watch it, or if you want to hang out with some Bills fans while you're watching the game, turn down the volume and watch it with them. It's going to be a great time. Great guys, Mario and Paul. We have a blast. If you haven't already seen Mario, myself, and Greg from Cover One, we all did a collaboration video together over on Hashtag's channel. It was a great time, so go watch that. Check that out as we get ready for the game tomorrow between the Buffalo Bills and the Jets. We can still beat the Pats. Absolutely, Anthony. How you doing? Welcome to Billievers Talk. That's what I'm saying. We had the #1 pass defense last year. We're going to have a great pass rush this year. And so if we rush Tom Brady, we sack him a few times, he won't have time to get that ball out of his hands. We all know that's the way to get to the Patriots. It hasn't changed. The only thing the Patriots keep doing is they keep drawing up plays to get the ball out of his hands quickly. To their credit, right? To their credit. I'm not discrediting what the Patriots are able to do. But we know what the secret is to being the Patriots, and that's getting pressure on Tom Brady. It doesn't matter who his receivers are. He's going to find an open receiver if he's given time. It doesn't matter if it's Deion Branch. It doesn't matter if it's Julian Edelman. It doesn't matter if it's Randy Moss. It doesn't matter if it's Antonio Brown. He's going to find open receivers. But if you're like the 2007 Giants and just get after them, then there's no problems. No Bills fans in Germany, I don't think. Oh, I'm sure there are, just few and far between, I'm sure. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulls. They did pick up the first down at the start of the second quarter. So it's going to be 1st and 10. I don't know where they ran to again. I'm going back and forth here. See you later, Stefan. Again, thanks for joining us from Germany. Have a good night, man. I'll talk to you soon. Bulls ball 1st and 10 at Penn State 49-yard line. So they're heading in now. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Snap comes. It's a handoff. It's a reverse. Buffalo does a decent job blocking on the reverse at the line of scrimmage to get about 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Or was that first down? No, it's going to be 2nd and 6. So they got 4 yards on play. That was first down. No, that was second down. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? The Bulls are down 7-0, but they've looked pretty good. They have actually gained more yards than Penn State as we just started the second quarter. Penn State's up 7-0. The Bulls fumbled on their second possession, giving Penn State the ball inside the 30-yard line. First play, a bomb down the right seam, or right hash, I should say, and was for a touchdown. So Penn State scored on a 1-play drive. Second down, we ran to the left with Jack Peterson. And he gets about 2 to 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Buffalo Bulls here. As again, they're down only 7-0 right now. That confidence should be building because again, Penn State only scored off a turnover. So looking pretty good. 3rd and 4, they handed off up the middle. So you have to think they're possibly going to go for it on 4th down if that's the play call. And it's possibly a first down, actually. It's gonna be 4th and inches if it's not first. No, they give them the first down. So first down Bulls again in Penn State territory. So they're knocking on the door a little bit here. 1st and 10 as Myers is back in shotgun again. Number 10 quarterback for the Buffalo Bulls. Both teams 1-0 here as we run the ball again. This time to the right side. Able to pick up a few yards, just trying to wear out that defense a little bit, give our defense a little extra time on that sideline. Always enjoyed that. Again, guys, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. If you want to talk about the game tomorrow, I did say I would give you my 3 keys to victory. I named them on Thursday. but I'm going to go over them again. My first key is stop the run. And by stop the run, I don't just mean stopping Bell, even though that's a very important thing to do. We have to stop Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs in this league still, I believe. But we also have to stop Ty. Oh my gosh, why don't I write down Ty Montgomery? So we have to stop Ty Montgomery as well. Just when Ty Montgomery's on the field, we can't assume that they're not running the ball. Ty Montgomery had a good preseason for the Jets, and he could still be a decent back for them. So when I say stop the run, a lot of people are going to say stop Le'Veon Bell, stop Le'Veon Bell, and we need to stop Le'Veon Bell. But kind of like AB with the Patriots, we can only contain Le'Veon Bell, right? We can only contain him so much, right? If we hold him to 22 carries for 85 yards, maybe a touchdown, again, I feel like that's a win for our rushing defense. But we need to stop Ty Montgomery. We cannot let Ty Montgomery beat us tomorrow, in my opinion. Number two, we have to win special teams, okay? So, again, Andre Roberts, unfortunately, is out. That was a big factor, I thought, going into this game. Excuse me, but I still think special teams is a pretty big factor when it comes to the game tomorrow. We still need to see, none of us are happy with what Bajorges has done, with what Corey Bajorges has done to win that starting job at punter. But he's the starter tomorrow, so we have to expect better things out of him. We have to expect Stephen Hauschka to be Stephen Hausch money as we know him to be. And we have to expect competency from the return game. Remember last year, one of the reasons why I picked up Andre Roberts is if you guys remember last year, we had a few fumbles on kickoffs. We had a few fumbles on punts that were just ridiculous that we just cannot have. In fact, I still remember one punt. It wasn't even a muff or anything terrible, but it was a punt. I think again it was against the Vikings, but I'm not sure about that. Ray McLeod was back there receiving the punt. He let it go, and it bounces like 30 yards downfield further, and the Bills get terrible field position and that switches field position because the punt just bounced the right way. We can't have stuff like that happen. We need to go bad day for Brady, I bet. Yeah. I don't know how Brady feels about this. I'm pretty sure he's happy to have a target to throw to. But I hope that Week 4 game is a bad day for Tom Brady. I still have Tom Brady. Before this move and after this move, I still have the Patriots winning this division, right? I have the Patriots going 12-4. I have the Bills going 11-5. But I think that's still the case. I don't think anything's changed with this Antonio Brown deal. You're going to hear everything, whether it be social media, whether it be NFL experts saying how much this makes the Patriots that much better. I don't believe that because the Patriots are always good. They're always game planning well, and their game plans don't change no matter who the wide receiver are. Bill Belichick does a great job at changing his game plan based on the defense he's going to play against, not based on the talent around his guys. So, with Buffalo Bills, we need Antonio Brown. Hey, Bert, how you doing? Welcome to Billievers Talk. Well, unfortunately, if you wanted Antonio Brown, he's not on the table. Went to the Patriots just today. The Oakland Raiders released him this morning. Let's start with the beginning. This morning, when Antonio Brown found out he was going to be fined for threatening the GM, which is a normal thing, he said, "Well, if I'm going to be fined, if you're not giving me my guaranteed money, then release me." So what the Raiders do? They do it. They say, "Okay, we're going to release you." So they release him. A few hours later, we found out that he signs with the New England Patriots. So, unfortunately, Antonio Brown is no longer available. I don't think the Bills need Antonio Brown. The Bills don't need that drama. I said yesterday that the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia should all sign this really big card and send it to Antonio Brown. Just say thank you. Thank you for not coming to Buffalo. Thank you for not spoiling our season. Can you imagine if you're a Raider fan right now? I saw hashtag sports earlier tweet out how much is a Antonio Brown Oakland Raiders jersey actually worth right now. I think they said what's the difference between toilet paper and an Antonio Brown Oakland Raiders jersey. That's kind of funny. He won't last as the Patriots. Again, to that I would say it depends which Antonio Brown shows up. We've seen Antonio Brown actually able to shut his mouth every once in a while, but that seemed to stop just last season, maybe 2 seasons ago, week 17, when he did that video of Mike Tomlin in the locker room giving his post-game speech. But we'll see what happens. Anthony John, our defense was ranked second in the league last year. We had the number 1 pass defense. I'm not worried about our defense. Our defense is going to be great. The third key to victory, as I talked about the first two, I think my third, don't be predictable on offense, okay? We can't go run, pass. Just because we have, Devin Singletary in the game doesn't mean they should know that we're running. Same thing with TJ Yeldon or Frank Gore. By our formation, they shouldn't know what we're doing. Great screen set by the Bulls here on 3rd and 18. It actually picks up the first down. So on 3rd and 18, the Buffalo Bulls get the first down. Again, Bulls well into Penn State territory, still down 7-0. They did miss a field goal earlier. Again, the Bulls right now outgaining the Penn State Nittany Lions by quite a few yards. But again, short fields for Penn State have led to that. Awesome first down run. Absolutely, it was a great screenplay. Great screenplay by the Bulls there to get them the first down for the Bulls. So it's going to be 1st and 10. They're at the 25-yard line. Or I'm sorry, 28-yard line. So again, they've already missed a field goal in this half, and they fumbled. So you have to think, if it weren't for those 2 mistakes, who knows where we would be. And as I said at the beginning of this thing, nice catch by the... Are they ruling it a catch? Are they ruling it a catch? The defender came up and said incomplete. So no, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. But as I said at the beginning of the stream, Fox has already had 2 overtime games today. So we'll see what happens in this one, as still 7-0 Penn State. I don't know why they're ruling that incomplete. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't see it, but it rolled off at the end. So very unfortunate there. But hey, Bulls punting. I don't see the Bulls punting. I see 2nd and 10. I see 2nd and 10 for the Bulls, Anthony John. The Bulls have punted a few times already, but right now, it's 2nd and 10 at Penn State's 28-yard line. So we're looking pretty good. Looks like the Bulls just called a timeout with 11:06 to go in the 2nd quarter. So yeah, the Buffalo Bulls just called a timeout. Still down 7-0, but they have the ball inside Bulls territory. So we'll see what happens, as I realize that my camera's cutting off my face. So I apologize for that. But those are my 3 keys to victory. I have stopped the run. Again, both Ty Montgomery and Le'Veon Bell. Win special teams, whether that be punting, kicking, field goals, or returning kicks. And then I also say don't be predictable on offense. Again, when we have Gore in the game, we need to be able to run it on 1st and 10 with Gore if he's in the game. Need to be able to run with TJ Yeldon. When the Jets see TJ Yeldon in the game, they can't automatically think, okay, well, we know this is going to be a passing down. Or when they see Devin Singletary in the game, they can't think, okay, well, we know they're not going to pass it to him out of the backfield. Again, Devin Singletary has already come out and said he will do whatever it takes to win. And so I want to see us use him in different facets of this game, even if that means using him in special teams. We saw him practice special teams this week. So don't be surprised if you see Devin Singletary take some snaps at special teams. Maybe try returning a couple balls. Hakeem Mori 2 writes New England Patriots equals Lance Armstrong. Well, what that means to me is that we're not going to find out that they actually cheated all these times until like Bill Belichick does an Oprah Winfrey special interview in 10 years. I mean, the only difference between New England and Lance Armstrong is Lance Armstrong won every single year. The Patriots take a year off every once in a while, so that's good to see. But again, like I said, I still don't think I think the Patriots are good based on other things other than the star players around them. Tom Brady's a lot different today than he was in 2007, 2008 when they had Randy Moss. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect his game. And who knows what Antonio Brown's going to do when he shows up? Who knows the drama that Antonio Brown is going to cause the New England Patriots? Because we know if he causes too much drama, Bill Belichick will stop it like right away, right? Bill Belichick doesn't mind showing some discipline, giving players discipline, and we all see how Antonio Brown responds when someone disciplines him for being an idiot. He cries about it, cries about some more, and then cries about some more, and then he says, "Oh, I'm just, not misunderstood. That's all it is. I'm misunderstood because I need my own helmet." And although the other 400 players in the league are doing just fine switching helmets, oh, I need my 37 mil guaranteed. I can't have a $15,000 fine for missing practice, even though my contract it says if you miss practice you will be fined this much. But I can't have that. I've been here listening. I just been playing Madden. Hey, King Cam, that's okay, man. Enjoy Madden. Are you playing Madden 20? So they're challenging the ruling on the field of a catch. Did he have possession before he went down? So it is a catch. The call's reversed, so it's a catch. So it's going to be 1st down Buffalo inside the 15-yard line of Penn State. So that's a huge reversal there. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, down 7-0. But they're knocking on the door. You do have Madden 20 because you said it in the comments. So what do you think of Madden 20? I don't play Madden anymore, unfortunately. Between the channel, between my 2 jobs, and spend a little bit of time with family, right? You gotta spend a little bit of time with the family. I don't really have time for the gaming like I used to, but I hope you enjoy it. Again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk as we watch the Buffalo Bulls Penn State game. They're actually at the 17-yard line. I apologize. As we throw an incomplete pass on 1st down, or with 11:03 to go in the 2nd quarter. Buffalo Bulls down 7-0. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. We have you covered on all Buffalo sports, mostly, of course, our Buffalo Bills, but we do cover you on the Buffalo Bulls. We cover you on the Buffalo Sabres as well, and other Buffalo sports, whether it be the Bisons, the Buttes. We did a little bit of them as well. We talk about college basketball when the Bulls are in the tournament, which both the men and women's team made the tournament last season. Hoping for improvement there as well. And so we'll keep you covered on Buffalo sports. So you want to make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. As King Cam just said, like the video and subscribe. Quarterback sneak. Quarterback gets inside the 15 to the 14-yard line before he's taken down. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Buffalo Bulls. This kind of drive, this long type drive like this, you really want to see it end in 6 points, especially against a ranked opponent. But you also want to get on the board. So if they don't gain yardage here, I definitely say kick the field goal. Let me know what you think. Should they kick a field goal if they don't gain any yards, if it's 4th and 7? Or should they go for it this close to the end zone? We'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Hopefully they gain enough yards to get the 1st down here. Obviously, the game's in Penn State, so crowd's going pretty nuts. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers top of the screen. And there is a whistle before the snap. So it's probably going to be a false start on the offense. That's exactly what it is. Back them up 5 yards. So now the 3rd and 7 becomes 3rd and 12. So unfortunately, you never want to get to those 3rd and long situations. 3rd and 7 was long enough. But now you're talking about 3rd and 12, just a little bit. What looked unlikely becomes even more unlikely here on this 3rd and 12. Now you just want to avoid turning the ball over or doing something worse, getting a sack, something like that might take you out of field goal range. So we have shotgun formation again. And yeah, they're just going to run the ball to the sideline. Gets it to about the 18-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down. Probably going to send the field goal unit out there. Again, I already missed 1 field goal today. There is a flag down on the play. Wonder if it's against the Bulls. If Penn State accepts it, try to get us out of field goal range. They're figuring out what the penalty is right now. They might say late hit out of bounds. He hit him out of bounds, but it was a push on the shoulder. It was not anything lethal, but looks like that might be what they call. No, they're waving it off. Good. They're waving it off, and I agree with that. I mean, he pushed him on the shoulder. Nothing bad came out of it. So again, it's going to be 4th down for Buffalo. They're going to go ahead and put the field goal unit out there. We'll see what happens. But guys, again, talking about the Jets game tomorrow, I think it's, there's so many things we can talk about. There's so many key battles. You talk about Sam Darnold versus our front 4, right? Or better yet, their offensive line against our front 4. Our front 4 needs to get pressure on Sam Darnold tomorrow in order to have a chance to win this game. I think if you give Sam Darnold a lot of time, he might be able to beat you with his arm. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So 7-3 here at Penn State. 9:42 to go in the first half. 7-3. Buffalo going to kick off to Penn State. Nice drive, long drive. You want to see those end in 6 points, like I said, but they do get on the board, and it's now 7-3 Penn State over the Buffalo Bulls. So we'll hopefully stay in this game. Hopefully maybe even pull off the upset. Buffalo looking pretty decent. Again, the only time Penn State scored is off turnover, and it was a short field, so this defense has been doing pretty good. Hopefully that continues as well. Anthony John, it's good. So again, the Buffalo Bulls got on the board. Hopefully we can keep up this momentum. Again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. We're here. We're talking about anything NFL you want to talk about. You want to talk more about AB? We spent a lot of time talking about AB in the first 45 minutes of this video, but I'm happy to do it again. Again, I'm excited. I'm excited that AB came to New England. I'm excited we get to play him 2 times this year. I'm excited to show off that we are still the number one pass defense and hopefully the number one defense overall. But it starts tomorrow. So we can talk about tomorrow too. Excited as in 12 hours, a little more than 12 hours. I'll be up in 12 hours. I'll be thinking about the game, ready to go. But in about 15, 16 hours, you'll be watching some Buffalo Bills football. So very excited about that. They're driving on. DB says it. Yeah, the Buffalo Bulls keep driving on Penn State. So we gotta see, Joe. I think Gordon would fit perfectly. I go back and forth on Melvin Gordon. I thought when we cut Shady McCoy that maybe that was a sign we were going to get Melvin Gordon. I don't know if the LA Chargers are even looking at trade partners anymore for Melvin Gordon as the season has started. I know they said they weren't talking about the contract anymore, but does that mean they're not going to talk about getting rid of him at all? Or if that just means the contract itself, I'm not sure. Again, I feel as though, however, if the Bills were going to trade for Melvin Gordon, obviously that's something that would have already been done. Excuse me. I have a question. What will the Bills key tomorrow? What will the Bills key tomorrow? Bills offense or Jets defense? What will be the key tomorrow? Bills off. I'm sorry, I can't read, so that's my problem. But Hakimura 2 writes, Joe, I have a question. What will be the key tomorrow? Bills offense or Jets defense? We got to worry about us, right? The best offense should always beat the best defense, right? Because the offense knows what they're doing. So I think the Bills offense will be a better indicator of how this game will go. I think it's very important that the Bills offense comes out strong. And, kind of like that Matt Barkley game. Remember that game that Matt Barkley came and played against the Jets? First play of the game, we go we go for a long pass downfield, and then second play, Shane McCoy into the end zone, right? So a 2-play drive to start off that game. Ended up winning that game, scoring 41 points. Short kick by the Bulls, fair caught by Penn State at the 34-yard line, and that's where they will start. My English is so bad. No, you're good. You're good. You wrote that correctly. Scott Barkley, Gordon not elite. Let's see how Singletary develops. I agree, Gordon's not elite, but man, he's been pretty good his first few seasons here in LA. But we'll see what happens. Again, I think if we were traded for Gordon, we would have done that by now. But we'll see what happens. I'll trade my Gordon. Thomas, you love that blow-up doll, though. I mean, you bring him up every single stream. I just don't know if you really mean that. I think you really like that blow-up doll. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be second down for Penn State as they get a short completion over the middle, it looked like. Or maybe it was a run play. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the camera. But it's going to be second down, less than 9.5 minutes to go. Oh, it was a QB sneak. So it's going to be second down, shotgun formation. Buffalo Bulls getting pressure on the quarterback. He scrambles out of it, throws it to his right. And it's complete for a first down. There's a flag down. We'll see what the flag's about. Ref's discussing the flag. Thomas, don't do it. Don't do it, man. We need that blow-up doll. It's our good luck charm. It's on the offense, so that means the Penn State Nittany Lions, we backed up. This defense, this Buffalo Bulls defense, don't be sleeping on them. Don't be sleeping on them. The media, again, I think Penn State was like 26.5-point favorites. People sleeping on these Buffalo teams like it's no one's business. Continue to see what happens. Trying to figure out what the penalty was. Is it second down? Or no, it's not. For first down. No, second down because they had a QB sneak. So it's second down now and 20 for the Nittany Lions from the 26-yard line. Their own 26. Right up the middle for what looks like 2 yards. 8:50 to go in the first half. LSU 3, Texas 6, PAT pending. Thank you, DB. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to watch that game because I'm streaming the Bulls game. So Texas scored touchdown. Piano, I did talk about 8B, but I'm happy to do it. Again, I'm going to be here for 2 to 3 hours, guys. So happy to do it again. Piano, what I talked about with AB is, first of all, unlike most Bills fans that I saw on social media, I am excited. I'm hyped to play Antonio Brown twice a year. You talk about the fact that the Buffalo Bills had the #1 pass defense last year. You talk about how well Trey White did against a guy like DeAndre Hopkins last season, held him to 5 catches for 68 yards. He did get in the end zone, but again, Trey White's coverage was there the whole game. You talk about our #1 cornerback, and I think he'll match up well against Antonio Brown. You talk about the fact that Antonio Brown just insulted the Bills 3-4 months ago when he refused to come here in a trade between the Bills and the Steelers. Sean McDermott at the beginning of OTA said that he wants a little more toughness out of his defense. He wants that little more, I think, call it a dog factor, right? He wants that little more dog, that fight. And if this isn't going to up that fight a little bit more, then I don't know what would. I mean, to have a guy come into your hometown that just insulted the whole city of Buffalo, insulted this team, insulted this town, insulted Bills Mafia, go after him. Go get him. I said the Bills would be 11-5 this season. I said the Bills would split with the Patriots this year. Nothing's changed for me. So I'm actually excited to have AB in our division, and that we can play against them and prove that this Buffalo team that was not a contender. The Penn State had to punt, by the way, so the Bulls will get the ball back with less than 8 minutes to go in the first half, and they'll have good field position as the punt went out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So the Bulls will start with the ball at their own 47-yard line. So good field position there. Again, down 7-3. This Bulls defense doing well. Doing well against Penn State here. The only score was off a turnover on a one-play drive. So we'll see how we do. But when we talk about Antonio Brown, again, we talk about a guy who might add some drama to that locker room. Again, he will not play tomorrow. Antonio Brown will not play against the Steelers. I was hoping he'd play against the Steelers week 1, the team that he gave up on last year. And that's another thing. How long before he gives up on the Patriots? If Tom Brady isn't throwing him the ball enough in his eyes, does he just give up, right? They have a lot of weapons in New England. You talk about Josh Gordon, you talk about their running backs. We all know New England's always been a run-first team. So does that change now with AB? And another thing we all know about Tom Brady's arm strength, depleting. He's getting older. He doesn't have the arm strength he used to, and he's never been a strong arm thrower. So will he be able to hit those long bomb routes? And even if he can, isn't that what Josh Gordon's there for? So do you have two of the same guys there? No. Antonio Brown needs to run routes. And when you talk about Antonio Brown running routes, where did all the problems start last year for Pittsburgh with Antonio Brown? When Big Ben threw him under the bus for not running the correct route. So obviously there's a problem with his route running. Obviously he does his own thing both off and on the field sometimes. And you can't have two guys running streaks up the mid or down the sidelines, because then it's going to be defense is going to take that away easily. So I'm excited to have Antonio Brown in this division so we can show everyone that we truly are the best defense in the league. Don't understand why people don't like Gordon, must be blind. I like Gordon. Like I said, Anthony John, I like Gordon a lot. They're not blind. It's just, do you want to sign him for that much money? That's the biggest problem. I mean, he wants Le'Veon Bell type money, and is he worth that is the question. That's all, especially with his injury history. I remember I used to have my fantasy, and then he would just be injured so much. It can be ridiculous sometimes. So I don't know what happened. Incomplete pass in the Buffalo Bulls game, so they have a 4th and 6. So it looks like they're gonna have to punt it away. But I wonder if he will help the Pats to a few more wins, though. I mean, I think they were a 12-4 team before the season started. If you tell me they would go 13-3, I might believe that, but I still have them about 12-4. I'm not. New England normally starts off slow. I know that one year with Randy Moss, they went 16-0, but again, guys, that was 12 years ago now. So we have to get over that. They're not the same team. It's not the same Tom Brady. They're not even the same coaching staff, so we'll see. Can't fear, I agree. We just need to play fundamental football. Scott, absolutely. Listen, and I said this when we were talking about him in the beginning. There are two ways you can look at this. You can either look at that in that fear type look, right? You can say, oh no, the Patriots just got Antonio Brown. Man, they're going to do it again. Or you can say, you know what? Bring it on. We had the best pass defense last year. We have two really good defensive-minded coaches in Coach Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott. Let's get it done. Let's prove that we're a better defense than the Patriots or offense, no matter who they add, right? That's what I'm looking forward to. Patriots are getting ring number 7 this year. It's possible, right? Anything's possible. But what we've seen out of New England is they have a hard time repeating, okay? And again, that doesn't always have to do with the staff that you have. Again, Thomas, it's asking me to show or hide your thing. Whatever. Another moderator just handled this. Okay, good. Thank you for my moderators, by the way. Big shout out to my moderators. I like them a lot. So, Lamar, it's possible they get their 7th one. But, again, New England's had a hard time repeating in the past. Not sure if they'll do it again. Piano taking time bomb just like Russ Bodine. And that's another point. Russ Bodine is now their center. They don't have that star center. Again, he has what, blood clots in his lungs, so obviously we hope he gets better, right? We don't want that happening, and that probably ends his NFL career. But he's not there. Russell Bodine was the center for the 27th ranked offensive line last year. We remember we were there. So how well do we think he's going to improve in New England's system? He's still going to not be the best center in the world. Now, can Bill Belichick find a way to scheme around that? Probably, because he always does. But if we get pressure on Tom Brady, that's all that matters. Who his receivers are doesn't matter. So we'll see what happens. Who's been in the Super Bowl this year? Lamar Jackson. I did my Super Bowl prediction video. Or my playoff prediction video, so check that out. But I will say that I had the Saints going up against the Chargers in the Super Bowl. Now, I know the Chargers have been ravaged with injuries a little bit here or there, but out of the kindness of my heart and out of my enjoyment of watching Philip Rivers play football, and I know he's missing that one part of his game, right? He needs that ring to get him over the hump. I have Philip Rivers and the Chargers beating the Saints in the Super Bowl, so we'll see what happens. Not so fast on Crown the Patriots, a disruptive player, yes, but disruptive in the locker room at 2. He's an explosive player on the field. You can't argue that, but all that matters is how he meshes with his players. But again, if Drew Rosenhaus and Antonio Brown are planning this from day one, maybe he won't be a problem in the Patriots locker room. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We need to upset him up the middle and get him off his game. Stunts with Hughes and Oliver might be effective. They will absolutely be effective. Hughes and why can't I think of his name right now? Why can't I think of his name? Trent Murphy will have a big season this year. Both of them, they should, because you have Oliver and Starr on the inside. It should be great. It should be great to see. Thomas Avey is supposed to have a little doll. Colt could play cornerback against him. While your blow up doll might distract him, and he might take the blow up doll. I mean, do you want your blow up doll to go through that? That's all I'm asking you. Do you want your blow up doll to have to go through whatever Antonio Brown would do to it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Lamar, so much energy trolling. Nah, Lamar's been here before. I enjoy it. I enjoy his stuff. It's fine. The Patriots got 4 good wideouts to help the young guy out. The young TB12, that new guy that they got in the backfield. That guy, I think he went to Michigan a few seasons ago. It just seems like AB had a well thought out plan to get out of Oakland. Again, was the plan? See, I wonder if the plan wasn't to get out of Oakland, but the plan was to get to New England the whole time, right? Because he tried so hard to demand so little of anybody else. So what if, like, again, we know what Oakland gave up to get Antonio Brown, right? It wasn't much. What if he was just asking New England to give up a second, right? Because we know it would have taken a lot for Pittsburgh to trade Antonio Brown to New England. But if they're giving him by far and away the best offer, then obviously they would have. So then that didn't work. So he's like, okay, how can I get out of this situation and make my situation better? He just did it. He just did it. So we'll see what happens in New England. Is Marlowe still on the team? If so, he should take out AB week 4. I don't want to see anyone purposely go after AB, but yes, Marlowe is still on the team. It's a long season, Joe. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to every minute of it, too. I'm looking forward to sharing every minute of it with you guys. So, again, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I'll keep you updated on injury news. Again, I just did a video yesterday on Andre Roberts. Unfortunately, will not be playing this Sunday, tomorrow against the Jets. I think that's a big loss for the Bills. But you talk about the injury report on the New York Jets side, and it's a little bit worse, a little more depth on the New York, New Jersey Jets side when it comes to injuries, and that's never a good sign. And you talk about suspensions. 2 of their main linebackers are out. We know they have C.J. Mosley, but you wonder how good he's going to be with the Jets. Agree on the comment of disruption up the middle. No wide receiver is effective if Brady. Yeah, absolutely, Scott. You're absolutely right. Listen, if Tom Brady is constantly trying to avoid pressure, he's not able to scramble all that well. And you also have to figure that, he looks up the middle. A lot of times he doesn't even get hit. One of the reasons why Tom Brady's been so good for so long, you'll see he'll go down before the sack even gets there because he sees it coming. and he'll go. It's a smart play. I'm not saying it's a bad play. It's a smart play. Another thing he gets the benefit of is no one wants to see him get touched, right? So he'll go down, and then someone will come by and touch him, and then you'll see a yellow flag come out. They'll say, "Oh, he landed on top of him with his hand. It probably hurt." He gave himself up. And by the way, Penn State punts again. Now, for some reason, the Bulls fair caught it inside the 5. I don't know why they did that. Never a smart play. But the Bulls will start the ball 1st and 10 inside the 5-yard line. You're going to have a lot of explaining to do with the coach when you fair catch a ball inside the 5-yard line. You really need to know where you're at on the field. But tonight, they're going over Matt Myers' stats, 6 for 12, 96 yards. Again, at this point, the Bulls have outgained Penn State. Just hasn't shown on the scoreboard due to that one turnover. LSU just took the lead 10-7. Thank you, DB. Keep an eye on both games. Thanks a lot. Always appreciated. I don't know who I'd win that game. I just want it to be a good game. Unfortunately, I'm not going to see it anyway, but that's okay. I just wanted to see a good game. Brady collapses like a dying star when he sees pressure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at that. Okay, they have about the 5. They run it on 1st down, get to about the 8-yard line. So they have the 4. So a 4-yard gain can make it 2nd and 6 for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, Buffalo Bulls constantly moving the ball. They get a few 1st downs, punt. So it'd be huge here to get 2 or 3 1st downs at least. Bad, yeah. Oh, DB, yeah, you're talking about the fair catch inside the 5. Yeah, absolutely bad judgment there. You have to know where you are at the field. I mean, if that was the Bills, if that was like Isaiah McKenzie doing that, I would say get him out of the game. Just get him out of the game. I don't want to see him again. I mean, the whole game. I'd be like, I don't want to see him again. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs with the quarterback, 2 wide receivers top of the screen. Get the 1st down, get it inside, get it to the 18-yard line. Big 1st down. Like I said, get a couple 1st downs here at least, right? 4 minutes in the 1st half. Even if you wind it down so this game finishes 7-3 in the 1st half, that's a win for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, I think Penn State was a 25.5-point favorite going into this game. Penn State player down. Looks like number 5 or number 6. Being looked at by the trainers. Never want to see that roll to his front. Yeah, number 6 for Penn State is down. Looks like the running back got him on the knee on the block. So you never want to see that, especially when it's college kids. You just never want to see that. So hopefully he's not seriously hurt. Able to get up off his own power. Cam Brown is the one limping off the field, but he is getting up and walking to the sideline under his own power. So that's good to see. Hopefully we see him back in the game. But again, guys, thank you for joining my Believers Talk. Again, we're talking about the Bills. We're talking about the Bills game tomorrow. We're talking about AB and his move to the Patriots, how excited I am about it. And we're talking about the Buffalo Bulls, who are 1-0, win last Thursday. And again, they get the extra break as they played Thursday, going up against Penn State, who is also 1-0 after a 70-7 win. Thanks for bringing content. Really enjoy your sessions. Thanks a lot, Scott. Always enjoy having you guys in here. So again, if you guys haven't shared this video, guys, share this video. Let people know we're here, that we're talking about the Buffalo Bulls. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills. We're talking about AB. And guys, don't forget, 50th season, our Buffalo Sabres, those beautiful, beautiful jerseys with the gold on them. Woo, they look nice. Ooh, they look nice. I'm getting one of those. You better believe that. But yeah, let people know we're here. We'll talk about whatever they want to talk about. I think Duke Williams should be activated. Is there any news on Laquan Treadwell? He did come in for a visit. Treadwell did, and I was excited because you guys follow the channel. You know that I've been speaking highly of Laquan Treadwell pretty much since he was cut by the Minnesota Vikings. He came in for a visit. But that's it. He left, and normally when they come in for a visit and leave, that's not really a great sign for him becoming a Buffalo Bill. But he did come in for a visit. Again, I don't know how long you're going to see Duke Williams on practice squad, but again, we see what the media wants us to see, right? So even these Bills social media channels, they know they want us to see Duke Williams doing well, so that way we can start the chatter about how we want to see Duke Williams. But we're not seeing everything coaches are seeing. And so I'm going to trust that the coaches know these players a little bit more than we do to make that call. Less than 3 minutes to go now. Still 7-3. Buffalo Bulls still got the ball. And DB, thank you as well. And again, thank you guys. In fact, you deserve this, sir. Give me a second. Good. I thought Treadwell has been a pass-dropping machine. Well, he has been, and we talked about this on the live stream that I did with hashtag and with Cover One. Even though the expectations are different, right? So when he came to Minnesota, he was a first round draft pick. The expectations are a little bit high for a first round draft pick wide receiver. Over the middle of the field, open down the field, gets into Penn State territory. Bulls moving the ball again. Gets to about the Penn State 47-yard line with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Big play there for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, open down the middle of the field. Just the tight end runs an open route up the middle and gets into Penn State territory. Beautiful catch, Anthony John says. I completely agree with you. Using your hands to get that ball. Penn State needs to start looking out, right? Penn State needs to start looking out. I'm not saying they can't come out in the second half and dominate, but this is the time when teams, underdogs, start getting that momentum, start feeling like they have a chance to win this game. Again, Michigan started off with 3 turnovers, with 3 fumbles in the first half, led to a quick 7-0 lead for Army. Big hit there, but still able to hold on to the ball, make it 2nd and 7 for the Buffalo Bulls. 1 minute to half, absolutely, DB, absolutely. So 1:19 to go to half. And again, my game might be a little behind, not only because YouTube takes a little bit to, there's a lag there. They run it here. Don't know if I agree with that play call on 2nd and 7 with 1:15 to go. But they still do have 2 timeouts as well. So plenty of time with a minute left. Going to be 3rd and 8 now. So we'll see what the Bulls do on 3rd and 8. But yeah, I know a lot of people like Duke Williams, but I've been saying this since the beginning, since we added Duke Williams to the 91-man roster. Guys, the CFL and the NFL are 2 totally different animals. Again, the guy who led the league in receiving last year for the CFL came on to Minnesota, made the active roster, played in all 16 games, and had 1 catch. So we can't use that as a barometer of him playing well in the CFL and just say, oh, well, he played well in the CFL. Let's see what he does. Pass downfield, one-on-one coverage. Did he catch it? He got it. I can't yell. My kid's sleeping, so I can't yell. But I would definitely yell there on most occasions. I'll be yelling when that happens. 1 o'clock, week 2 against the Giants. Again, guys, in the description below, sportscaster.com/sports for all of your Buffalo Bills live player playing reaction videos. At the 6-yard line, we run it on 1st and goal. 14 seconds left. Call a timeout. They do call a timeout. But yes, Scott, Duke needs some development, but I think he'll be on the roster later this year too. I completely agree with you. I don't think it'll be that long before we realize, hey, we need that red zone threat, right? The jump ball guy, which is what Duke Williams is, which is what we don't currently have, and might be Duke Williams who you see come into the team. I would say maybe week 7, maybe after our bye week, week 6, you see him come in. And it also obviously depends on the health of our other wide receivers, so we'll see how they do and the production. We'll see if Zay Jones learns how to catch a ball or if he continues to short arm stuff. We'll see if Robert Foster was a one-hit wonder or if he can continue that success this season or not. But yeah, those all go into consideration when we talk about Duke Williams on that 11-man practice squad. Again, the Bills have an 11-man practice squad. Every team in the AFC East has an 11-man practice squad just based on the fact that we have that international exempt player. Now, Christian Wade, of course, is ours. We cannot bring him up this year. He has to wait till next season now that he's been put on that roster spot. But we did see a lot of fun from Christian Wade. It was great seeing what he could do and what he could do if he develops a little bit more. Get a little more development. Again, we know he's in his late 20s, but get a few years out of him, definitely going to be worth it. So we got 2nd and goal, 14 seconds to go. 2 wide receivers and a tight end to the top of the screen. Touchdown Bulls, yes, touchdown Bulls with 11 seconds to go. It is now 9-7, extra point pending. Wow, so UB is outplaying the Nittany Lions so far in this game in Penn State. Remember last week, Tennessee loses, to some no-name school. I forget which one. But man, great play. Great way to end this first half. Look forward to watching Singletary on the offense. Absolutely, Oliver on defense. I think our draft class is going to pay huge dividends this season for the Buffalo Bills. Whether you're talking about Cody Ford, whether you're talking about Singletary, whether you're talking about Oliver, I think whether you're talking about Knox, right, Dawson Knox, Tommy Sweeney, whoever you're talking about, Voshawn Joseph, who's now I believe on the practice squad. No, he was put on the squad, so I think he's on IR right now. But it's just gonna be a great season for the Buffalo Bills. I truly believe that. 11-5 is my prediction. What is your prediction? Let me know in the comment section over here on the right. What do you predict for our Buffalo Bills? What is your predicted record? What do you think the score is going to be tomorrow? Again, my score for the game tomorrow is 21-18. Buffalo Bills win by 3. At the game, Dave Thomas at the game. That's awesome. Great for you. I hope you're having a good time. TDUB. Hopefully you're wearing some UB colors, man. If you're a UB fan, I'm actually like 2 hours away from State College. I know how crazy it can get there, but I would have loved to be at this game, but that means I can't stream it for you people. So, I'm happy to be here as well. Besides, tomorrow's a big day. We gotta get ready for that. So I didn't want to mess that up in any way, shape, or form. I actually have like 3 or 4 backup plans for tomorrow if it doesn't go according to plan. So it's kind of funny. And a squib kick, and Penn State mishandles it, goes back to grab it. 7 seconds left in the half. He's tackled at the 26 with 4 seconds. So they're probably just gonna kneel it. Call it a half, and at the half, the Buffalo Bulls are beating Penn State 10-7, guys. So very exciting there. 12-4 for the season. Thomas Campus is 16-0. Syracuse got crushed today by Maryland. Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't even see the final score. I just saw they were getting crushed in the first half, and I said, "Wow." Thomas Campus is 16-0. Let's hope, right, baby? Scott Barkley 12-4 for the season. 31-17 tomorrow. Scott Barkley, if we win this game by more than one score, I'm gonna be so excited. A statement win on the road is what this Bills team needs, not only for the media to start giving them the attention they deserve, but you talk about the momentum and the mindset that gives the Buffalo Bills going into the next weeks, right? Just the mindset that here we are, guys. This is for real. This team is a legitimate contender for a division. And that could happen with one road win. Again, a huge division game tomorrow. Huge division game for the winner. Now, I saw some people put on Twitter it's as close to a must-win game for week 1 as it can be. And maybe that's an accurate statement, as close as it can be. But, guys, it's not a must-win game. It's still week 1. There's still improvements. Listen, the Bears lost to the Packers on Thursday night. Does that mean the Bears don't have a chance to win the NFC North? No, the Bears definitely have a shot to win the NFC North. I don't think they will. But, and again, you can check out my prediction video to see who I have winning the NFC North. But that doesn't mean they're out of it, right? They can still definitely win that division and still definitely still having to do some things in the playoffs. So it's not a must-win game, but it's definitely a game that would be a huge win, especially on the road for us. And that's another thing. I think it's a bigger win for the Jets, a bigger game for the Jets than the Bills, because the Jets are at home. If you win your home games, you go 8-0 at home. First of all, you definitely should be in the playoffs. But then you guarantee yourself 3 divisional wins if you just take care of home field. That's it. You take care of home field. You're at worst you're 3-3 in the division, and at worst you're 8-8 on the season. So I just really think that the Buffalo Bills just need to take care of a home field. And again, I think this is a bigger game for the Jets than the Bills. But if the Bills come out on the road, division win, and if they win by more than 1 score, I think that's a huge sign of things coming. Because I don't think this Jets team's a bad team. I really don't. I think the Jets, I have them finishing 7-9 in the division. Like, I don't think this is a bad Jets team. I just think that right now, where the Bills are at, we have a veteran head coach. As far as head coaches go, it's his 3rd season, but he's in the upper half as far as longevity for head coaches in the NFL. So that's kind of crazy. O-line's completely dominant. That'd be great. That would be great. If tomorrow we don't see Josh Allen on his backside at all, other than when he's sliding down on those 3 or 4 QB runs that he does, I'm really hoping we don't see too much of those QB runs from Josh Allen, because that would actually be a good sign. If we don't see Josh Allen run the ball, running for his life a lot, that's actually a really good sign. So that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow. It's a game that will see a precedent that I believe is critical for Buffalo psyche. Momentum early is important this season, absolutely. And especially going to a game again, still in East Rutherford. You want to have that momentum. The Giants can be a sneaky team, especially with Saquon Barkley. You talk about the 16th ranked rush defense last season for the Buffalo Bills. We want to be able to have a good psyche going into that game, and if we can stop Le'Veon Bell, the psyche going into that next week's game is huge. It's just monumental. And if we can get pressure on Sam Darnold, again, if we get pressure on Eli Manning, we know he's probably going to make some mistakes. He's prone to make more mistakes under pressure. Same thing with what we saw from Sam Darnold last season. Now, I think Sam Darnold can improve. I still think Sam Darnold can improve. But we've seen what we know. Like, we know what we have in Eli Manning, and we know what he can and we know what he can't do. And so if we get pressure on Eli, we know that's probably going to lead to a turnover or two, and that's what we're going to need to do to win that game against the Jets. So we'll see what happens. But you're absolutely right, Scott, DB. You're absolutely right about the psyche for a team after a huge road division win. And to win that game by a decent margin would be huge for this team. So again, guys, we're looking for that game. Of course, Penn State Buffalo game currently at halftime. Buffalo Bulls with a surprising 10-7 lead at halftime. Really looking good. The Bulls outplaying Penn State so far in this game. The defense is coming up strong. The only points Penn State have scored is there was a turnover, one play, 27-yard touchdown pass. That was the drive where they scored. So as long as we stay away from turnovers in the second half, we might be okay here, guys. We might have something good. And so we're up 10-7. If you took this game, if you took Buffalo with the points, you're looking good right now. But we'll see what the second half does. We know that Penn State can definitely turn this around. We saw how fast they scored points last week. They can definitely do the same thing this week. So we'll see what happens. Bills will face a lot of great backs and running games in September. Yeah, I mean, you talk about, because no one's talking about what is it? Nixon? I forget. In Cincinnati. Obviously, I'm not talking about him because I don't remember his name. But we do face a lot of great backs in the first two games, especially. But then you talk about Cincinnati, will probably lean on that running game even more now that AJ Green probably will not play in the game at all. And then the Patriots have always been a run-heavy team, and they've always been a running back by association type club. So we'll see what continues to happen. Care less about the media. We suffering fans know this is a different team. No Kool-Aid, 12 wins. And it's funny. I constantly sit here and think, am I being a homer? Am I just being a homer and being hopeful and doing my predictions completely out of my butt? And I look at this team and I'm like, no, this team has what it takes. This team really does have what it takes to win 10, 11, 12 games and possibly fight for that division. I really believe that. And it starts tomorrow. Hopefully, if we lose tomorrow, will it be heartbreaking? Probably. It will probably be disheartening. But at the same time, the season's not over. There's still so much to gain from this season, even if tomorrow's a loss, that we can't just hold our heads. And that's why I don't like terms like must-win game, especially week one. Well, then what happens if we lose, right? What happens if we lose tomorrow? Now all of a sudden, this must-win game, we lose. The whole every player gets deflated just that much more. We don't need that, especially not week one. Come on, guys. If we lose, we'll probably lose a close game, right? Field goal type game, something like that. There's plenty to learn from that, and we can continue to grow. Still the Jets one more time this year, week 17, of course. So there's still plenty to know week one if we lose, but we're gonna win, so we don't have to worry about it. Of course, you're a homer, aren't we? DB, yeah, and I agree, I'm a homer, but I still is that affecting my decision making? Is what I'm wondering, right? I still like to think that I can make good decisions. The Patriots are probably going to beat us at home. Again, unless barring injury, something like that. The Patriots are still probably going to beat us in New England. I could see that, and then be like, okay, that's going to happen. But is it affecting my games? Like the Cleveland game, I have us winning. I'm not as high in Cleveland as other people. The Dallas game on Thanksgiving, I have us winning, right? Are those just me being a homer and saying, well, we're going to win those games because I want us to? Or is that factual? And I look forward to that. Joe, why what? What are you upset about Antonio Brown? Angry Buffalo sports fans, first of all, thank you for joining me. Always glad to have you on here as well. Are you upset about Antonio Brown? Is that what we're talking about? Because we've talked about Antonio Brown a few times, but I'm more than happy to talk about him again. If you read the description below, dude, I am so excited that Antonio Brown's in our division, and more importantly so, So excited that he's with New England. Remember, Angry Buffalo Sports fan, we had the #1 pass defense last season. Remember that Tre'Davious White, who will more than likely be the one covering Antonio Brown, held DeAndre Hopkins to 5 catches last season. We can do this. And again, as I said, I want to prove that we're the best. And one of the ways to prove that we're the best is to beat the best. And so now we play the best. We play Antonio Brown this season. And I'm looking forward to shutting him down. I'm looking forward to watch Tre'Davious White prove that he is one of the best corners in the game and that he can shut down some of the top wide receivers in this game, and it starts tomorrow. It starts against the Jets. I'm not looking at week 4 yet. I know a lot of people are looking at this Patriots team and saying, oh man, season over, Patriots win. Why? We've seen, they went 19-0 with Randy Moss as their wide receiver and a younger, more accurate, more stronger arm Tom Brady, and they didn't win the Super Bowl. So why can't we stop them? Why can't we stop him? I just don't want Sammy thinking he's gonna fatten up his resume on us his whole career, like TB. We'll see. It's different this year. Every year post Super Bowl era, I brace myself, but still am committed. This year is different for certain. Scott, this year is different, man. We got a whole different team, whole different mindset, right? We have the culture that Coach McDermott, when he first came on, was talking about, that culture of winning. It's here now. We made the playoffs in his first year, got rid of a lot of cap problems last year. This year is the start of something great. Again, I'm not sure if I expect to make the playoffs this year. I would love that, and I think we can, but I expect to make the playoffs next year. I expect to fight for the division next year and possibly win the division next year. DB says we finished. You're talking about the Patriots finishing 18-1 last season. I need a level-headed view. I was freaking out a little bit. Don't freak out. Now, come week 4, when AB has 12 catches, 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns, you can say, hey, Joe, look what Antonio Brown did, like all the Patriots fans. Well, but remember, we had the #1 pass defense last year. We're returning 10 of 11 starters. And again, even though I loved Kyle Williams, a lot of people can argue that 11th starter got a little bit better. Maybe not right away, but you have that ceiling for Ed Oliver that you didn't have for Kyle Williams, right? Kyle Williams, great player. I loved Kyle Williams. I would love to have him on the show. Kyle, if you're listening, come on the show. But he's probably one of my all-time favorite Bills players. But Ed Oliver might be an improvement there. So you're talking about 10 of the 11 returning. So you talk about that camaraderie in the locker room, knowing what the other guys are doing. Trey White knowing what Carlos Hyde, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. I haven't slept. I don't know. It's only 9 o'clock. It's not even that late. But knowing what Micah Hyde and knowing what he's going to do and being able to defend Antonio Brown or whoever he's defending to the best of his ability, knowing what they're going to do is a good thing to do. Buffalo gets 0 respect, but will most definitely show everyone starting by sweeping the Jersey Boys and earning King of New York status. We will have Saturday primetime game at Patriots. Yeah. So Anthony talks about that. Week 16, the Patriots game, time to be determined, right? So it could be a Saturday game, it could be a Sunday game, it could be a Saturday primetime game, it could be a Sunday primetime game, it could be, it could be any game. And you wonder, as some people who believe that the NFL might have a little rigging in it, wonder why that is, right? And maybe we'll find out. Maybe that will be a primetime game, that Week 16 game. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to Kevin Johnson making a big play. I think he'll be on the field a lot. I do too. I think you have that big nickel package that Coach McDermott likes to run. He's going to be a huge factor in that. And talking about disrespect, I did a little while back, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, I did talk about the disrespect of Buffalo sports in general. So you want to go back and check that out as well. Maybe after this live stream's done, I'll put a card, because you can put a card up top somewhere. And so you guys can check that out about the disrespect that Buffalo sports gets in general. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Billievers Talk again, my name is Joe. Thank you for joining me. Penn State, Buffalo Bulls currently at halftime. Bulls up 10-7 at halftime. A little bit different than last week for Penn State when they win 70-7. So we'll see what happens going into the second half. I think the second half is just getting ready to start. Buffalo Bulls got the ball to start the first half, so that means Penn State's can get the ball to start the second half, and we'll see how this defense continues to show that they're really pushing the offensive line Penn State to start off this first half, in that first half. So that's good to see. We talked about Antonio Brown, talked a little bit about why does it? And you're a Buffalo sports fan, you're not gonna write anything bad. It's asking me to show or hide your. Again, I don't know why YouTube does that, but that's all right. When you get to 1K subs, I'll kidnap Kyle Williams and force him to do a special episode for your channel. I don't know. I have never seen angry Buffalo sports fans, so I don't want to make this assumption. But Kyle Williams is a big guy, so if you kidnap Kyle Williams, good for you. I don't know if I'd waste my time bringing him to my channel. Join a strongman competition or something, because Kyle Williams is a big boy. He knows a thing or two about leverage too. So bring some weapons. Bring a trank gun. Maybe you might need that. Elephant tranquilizer probably will do it. But if you can kidnap Kyle Williams for me, first of all, I don't want to be there when he wakes up. But if somehow we can kind of gently squeeze me in there and say, here's this nice guy, maybe I help him escape, and then I'm like, hey, helped you escape, want to be on my show? Look at this, there's a camera right here, let's do a show real quick. That's the only way I think I would be okay with that situation happening. I believe by week 6, the adoption of bill collectors will be earned and used in media outlets. By week 6, I have the Bills 5-1. I believe I have us losing to the Titans after we beat the Patriots. So I think we're 4-1 by our bye week. 2 defensive touchdowns tomorrow. I would love that, Scott Barkley. I would love that. So if my predictions are correct by that week 4 game against the Patriots, if we beat them and we're 4-0, especially now that they have AB, I think then the media will kind of get on the bandwagon, and they'll start circling the wagons along with us in Buffalo as we continue to boost up that win total. Like I said, 11-5, easily possible. I know people are saying that end of the season stretch, last 4 games or so, are going to be tough. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? That's why I don't like. Thanks, Anthony. That's why I don't like. Saying, "Oh, our strength of schedule." That's based off last year. Remember, the Steelers had AB last year, and they don't this year. Now the Patriots do, and the Browns. They were 7-8-1 last year, and now they have Odell Beckham, and they have all this great stuff, and they're gonna be great because people say they are. I don't know why else they're gonna be great. I just don't believe in that. So I'm like, okay, we played Dallas Thanksgiving. I mean, we know most of the weapons Dallas has, but why can't we beat them? We can beat them. We know we're playing Denver. How does Joe Flacco do in Denver? He can do great. He can do terribly. We don't know. If he's terrible, then maybe we win easily. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. A rookie future star figures to play better than a 14-year veteran, and we all loved Kyle, so no disrespect to 95. Absolutely. No, you're right. That's where it is. A rookie guy coming up, top 10 draft pick. We expect a lot out of him, and maybe that's wrong of us, his first year, but you really hope that maybe not next year, but the next couple of years you see improvement from Ed Oliver, and he just becomes one of our best. What in the world was that? I'm watching highlights of the UCF Florida Atlantic game, and he punted it right off his offensive lineman. So great job there. But again, guys, Bulls up 10-7 at the half. So Penn State will receive the ball to start the second half. So we'll see that soon. But yeah, I mean, I love Kyle Williams. No disrespect, 95, but let's hope Ed Oliver improves that defense even more, especially that run defense. Again, 16th against the run last season. Need to improve there and show that we can be a better team than that. And again, if we get that ship right, then who knows how good this defense is going to be. Again, we returned all of our starters in the secondary and even got better with the addition of Kevin Johnson at depth at cornerback. I mean, we released Levi Wallace, who was one of our guys last year. So that just shows you that the only thing we've done is gotten better on defense. We haven't lost anybody. It's not like we're Baltimore and we just lost Suggs and we just lost Mosley. No, we haven't lost anybody other than, again, Kyle Williams, and we've gotten more depth. I like it. Brandon, before you say that, I will not be live streaming the game tomorrow again. I am teaming up with hashtag sports. Okay, so if you look in the description below, hashtag sports, I will be mixing up our coverage a little bit. They're gonna do week 1. I'm gonna do weeks 2 and week 3. They're gonna do week 4. We got those 4 games figured out. So you want to make sure go to sportscaster.com/hashtag sports, and they will have you covered, whether it be the guys over there, Mario and Paul, or it be myself. The following weeks, we will have you covered when it comes to live play-by-play and reaction to every single Buffalo Bills game. I know I'll be doing the Thanksgiving game, so I'm excited for that as well. The rest of the schedule will get to you guys as soon as we know it. But if you're not sure on the schedule, again, click that link for Sportscaster. Sign up there because it's all going to be there. We will be simulcasting on YouTube, but instead of having to click back and forth to figure out which channel we're on, just go over to sportscaster.com. Tell them that Joe from Billievers Talk sent you. And I'll probably be joining the chat room tomorrow just to keep up with what's going on there. But I don't expect to be going live at any point tomorrow. So again, Brandon, I appreciate it and thank you for the compliment. But make sure you go to the link below for sportscaster.com/hashtag sports, as we will be splitting coverage, reaction and game reaction and play-by-play for you guys. I hope you don't get just too disappointed. I know you guys love my broadcasting skills. I love my broadcasting skills, but this opens up my schedule a little bit more flexibility, and we're still giving you the same great Buffalo Bills content. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Again, I'll join in the chat room and we'll be able to talk there. But hang out with hashtag sports for a little bit and enjoy the game with them. And hey, Buffalo Bulls game getting ready to start back up. Second half again, Bulls up 10-7. I don't know what the score is anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about. But just getting back to the second half again. Penn State going to start with the ball. If you want to hear for our previous Antonio Brown discussion, again, I've been discussing him quite a bit. I still feel the same way. Nothing to worry about if you ask me with Antonio Brown in New England. So I'm kind of excited about that as well. Bills prediction, again, I have them going 11-5 this season. I have it starting with a win tomorrow. I have us winning tomorrow's game 21-18. I think it's going to be a little easier than the score might indicate. I think we're up 21-10 late. The New York, New Jersey Jets score a touchdown, go for 2, get it, and then go for the onside kick. We kneel it 4 times or 2 times or 3 times, however times it takes, and we go home with a victory, right? And again, anytime you get a road division victory, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So start off 1-0 tomorrow. Go back to New Jersey the next week and win again. We'll see what happens. Where else would you rather be? But hey, oh my gosh, if you guys did not see, I tweeted it, I retweeted it, the video of Marv Levy talking about the upcoming season, and he ends it with, where else would you rather be but right here, right now? So, right there, right then. But you have to go watch it. LSU, thanks, DV. LSU up 20-7 on Texas. So it looks like LSU is breaking away. Anytime you get an SEC team against a non-SEC team, it normally turns out that way. So LSU going up 20-7. So we'll see if that continues. Second half, like I said, beginning to start for the Penn State game. Penn State gets the ball to start the second half. Again, another squib kick by the Buffalo Bulls. Penn State gets at the 20, returns it to about the 33-yard line where they're stuffed. There at the 33. So Penn State's going to start with the ball 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Again, huge news here. The Bulls up 10-7 at halftime. This defense looking pretty good against this Nittany Lion offense that scored 70 points last week. And then, you talk about the one score for Penn State off a turnover. We're looking all right to start the second half. But again, we saw last week Penn State can score points in bunches. So we need to keep the pressure on and hopefully come away with the W. This would be a huge win for the program, if not anything else. I think this will show that, this Buffalo Bulls team is no joke. I know we lost Tyree Jackson. First play, quarterback sneak, gets 2 yards. Number 14 for Penn State gets 2 yards. But it looked like the Bulls had him stopped in the backfield. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the for the Penn State Nittany Lions. I apologize. But yeah, since scoring the TD, they've had 12 yards, 7 yards, 34 yards, and that was it. So 2nd and 8 for Penn State here. Shotgun formation. Again, pressure on the quarterback. Open in the middle of the field is the tight end. Looks like number 87. So he picks up a good chunk of yards, and that's good enough for a first down. So Penn State gets first down, 14:22 to go in the first half. So again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. If you want to talk some more NFL football tomorrow, all the slate of games you would want. They have a doubleheader on Monday night, and then they had the Thursday night game, of course. But you have the remaining. Penn State going deep. Incomplete pass. There is a flag down. Flag's probably going to be for pass interference, which in college is going to be a 15-yard penalty. But yeah, we can talk about. Yeah, he did get there early. He did get there early. There was no reason to get there early, but he did. So that's something going to be a 15-yarder, and Penn State's going to have a first down. 14:06 to go in the third quarter. So again, 10-7 Buffalo Bulls. Good first half for the Bulls, and you keep it up here in the second half. But yeah, we can talk about other games tomorrow. There's a bunch of games. That Kansas City Jacksonville game should be going. I think I have Jacksonville winning that one. So that's a little bit of an upset. Brandon, I will not be live at all tomorrow. Like I said, hashtag Mario and Paul over hashtag Sports. They will be live, so make sure you tune in to them. They're great guys. I would not. Fumble Penn State picked up by the Bulls. Again, my son's asleep, so I can't be too excited, but fumble by Penn State picked up by the Bulls. First down, Buffalo, baby. Let's go. I want to see that more tomorrow as well. Huge turnover for the Buffalo Bulls in Penn State territory. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, Brandon Nichols, I will not be live tomorrow. Mario and Paul from hashtag Wellbe will be live tomorrow. Again, check out hashtag Sports YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them and get the notifications from them too. You'll be made aware when they are live. And they called it. I think that's probably because Anthony's ahead, but that's okay. That's okay. I enjoyed it. So Buffalo Bulls ball. Oh no, that's right. They got the pass interference penalty, so they are in their own territory. Handoff on first down gets them to the 29-yard line. With offenses not showing up Thursday, do you think coaches might rethink holding players out for preseason? Good question. I don't like holding out players for preseason. I understand injury concerns, but for that reason, it does take more time for offenses to get going. As the Bulls are on a second down, pick up another 2 to 3 yards. It's going to be third down and about 6 for the Buffalo Bulls here. I like still having that third game dress rehearsal. I don't care if you don't play in the first preseason game at all. I don't care if you don't play in the fourth preseason game at all. But that second game, play a quarter. That third game, play the first half. I think that's where it needs to be. Everyone's talking about how those dual practices kind of take place of the preseason games. But what we're seeing from these offenses is that it's not. It's not. We've seen these offenses do pick six. Pick six for Penn State. Pick six for Penn State gives them the lead. Bad turnover there. But to answer your question, DB, I again don't like the whole don't play your team. Now I do agree with Green Bay not playing their starters on that field in Ontario. That was terrible that they had to reduce to 90 yards. I agree with that. Listen, if you ever have any problems with the field conditions, last thing you want is Aaron Rodgers getting hurt due to field conditions, not due to a bad hit or something like that. So with that pick six, with 12:58 to go in the third quarter, the Nittany Lions are now up. Extra point good, 14-10. So bad pick six there by Myers. Throws it to the left, and it's just read well. It's read by number 29 Penn State, and he takes it to the house. So like I said, 13 minutes to go in the third quarter, 14-10 now Penn State. So live in Chicago, and they are crucifying Trubisky. I get it, but again, relax. It's week 1. Relax, okay? Scott, thumbs up. Because he called, yeah. Okay, I'm following along with chat. Again, reading's hard for me. But yeah, I truly believe that you should still be playing preseason games. I do. I just think that you should, unless other issues arise. Again, you don't want your players getting injured if they don't have to be, and that's the policy why people are not playing their teams in preseason. But you do need to get those game time reps, and it's just being proven by a 10-7 sloppy. And it's not just the score. Think about the penalties from Thursday night. And there, as a referee, I officiate high school football. It's not like there was some bad calls. Like, maybe one or two were bad calls, but for the most part, they were right. They were there. 20 penalties accepted, almost as many punts. Yeah, it was a brutal game. But again, you just have to be prepared. You have to be prepared, and it has to start week one. And you know what? Maybe that gives teams an edge up. Teams that played in the preseason compared to teams that didn't. Right? You talk about the Packers didn't play a single starter. Let's say they went up against a team like the Jets, right? Which I would say we know the Packers are better than the Jets, but the Jets are ready, right? The Jets are more prepared than the Packers, and the Jets come in and win. There's something to be said for that. So, it all matters what everyone else does. If no one's playing the starters in preseason, then there's no harm, no foul, right? But if you want to get that edge up, play that third preseason game. Play a half. Play a half. That's it. All you have to do is play half. And yeah, will you get tired in the second half? Still, absolutely. But more likely, when you're playing in the NFL, I'm guessing you don't go into a game, you don't leave a game saying, "Man, I'm not tired at all. I can sprint." I'm pretty sure you get tired. I'm pretty sure it's a tiring game to play. Bad play calling Thursday. Yes. There was bad play calling. Why do the Bears only run 6 times in the second half in a 10-7 game? I just don't understand that. There's a lot of things that happened Thursday night that I just don't understand why it happened. I picked the Packers to win Thursday night. I picked the Packers to cover the spread and win, so I was happy to see that. But they're showing the pick six again, by the way. I don't think it's another pick six. It would look very, very creepily identical to the first one. But yeah, it is 14-10 now. Penn State over the Buffalo Bulls. Again, guys, the Bulls had a 10-7 lead at the half. They had a lead until that point when there was a pick six. They did get a fumble to start the first half, and like I said, need to clean up the turnovers. The only reason why they've scored so far is off turnovers. The first turnover was a one-play drive, 30-yard or 27-yard touchdown pass, and then this one was a pick six. So just not good fundamental football there by the Buffalo Bulls. You need to be able to. They just showed the highlight where it's 27 dB. So I think it's see that LSU was up 20-7. But you need to just do a better job holding on to that ball. We heard Coach McDermott talk about that last year after the Bears game. You have to protect the ball. That's like number one thing. Then right after that is penalties. But you just need to protect the ball. They're gonna run it here on first down. And this would go into what I was talking about tomorrow's game with the Jets. The Bulls have run it, I would say, at least 80% of the time on first down. You can't be predictable tomorrow. You just can't do it. And it's been on the same formation, shotgun formation, H-back delay. It's just the same play on first down over and over and over and over again. So hopefully that predictability goes away here in this game and doesn't happen at all in tomorrow's game. Shotgun formation, two running backs back there, one on each side, two wide receivers top of the screen, one to the bottom. Low snap, picked up. Incomplete pass. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now for the Buffalo Bulls. Again, Penn State up 14-10, 12:36 to go in the third quarter. Thank you guys for joining me on Billievers Talk. Again, happily talk about Antonio Brown. Talked about him a lot already in this show, but it's breaking news, so I understand. We'll talk about the Buffalo Bills game tomorrow. Some keys that a lot of people are not talking about that I would love to talk about is I want to see how Deion Dawkins does at that left tackle position. He's the only guy there from last year's offensive line. Obviously, people talk about the offensive line against the Jets' defensive line. You have Greg Williams, defensive coordinator for the New York Jets. So you know that Jets defense is going to be up to the task. And again, with a long bomb here for the Bulls, wide open, and he overthrows him. I lose my hat. Frustration. Wow, how wide open he was. He was wide open, and he just overthrows him. He just overthrows him. Yeah, Penn State has all the momentum now. But he's open. Wow, he has a touchdown. He's just gone. He's just gone. 12:10 to go. Bulls are punting. 4th and 8 from the 27-yard line. Whew. It's all right. You can get momentum back. It's still a one-score game. Low punt, though. Low punt, going to be returnable. Get inside Bulls territory to inside the 40-yard line to the 30. What in the world's going on there? What in the world was that? There's a flag down. I feel like it was all. I feel like it was all accidental. What happened there? We have Jets, Pats, Browns, Steelers, Titans. How is our schedule easy? I didn't say. Oh, I didn't say our schedule was easy. I don't recall saying our schedule was easy at all. What I'm saying about our schedule is, how can anyone call it easy or hard, right? How can anyone call it easy or hard at this point? I just don't understand that. I know we talk about. Oh, 40 did come over. Their 40 pushed our 40. So we'll see. We'll see what they call. They only call us. They only call us. It's always the guy. It's always the guy who retaliates. Oh, okay, Anthony. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think we have an easy schedule. Now, what I like about our schedule, I'll tell you this straight out, Anthony. What I like about our schedule is the furthest we travel. We only travel away from the East Coast one time, and that's against Dallas on Thanksgiving, which is a 4 o'clock start. I like that. I think that's good. I think that makes our schedule a little bit easier than some of these East Coast teams have to go west and vice versa. So as far as traveling miles, it's less tiresome. But as far as the teams, you just don't know what's going to happen. Scott Blakely, give me a second. First down for Penn State, touchdown Penn State. So just like that, both their offensive scoring drives have been one-play drives, and they have a defensive touchdown. Just like that is now 21-10 Penn State over Buffalo. So again, we knew Penn State could score in bunches, and that's what they're starting to do here. And still a 2-score game, so we could still come back. Awesome if we crush Dallas. That'd be great. If we crush Dallas, would be a great way to have a Thanksgiving, right? First Thanksgiving game in a while. It would be good to see that happen. I've been looking at the gauntlet and asking the same. Add the Broncos to that. No West Coast trips is a plus, though. Yeah, absolutely. No West Coast trips. No Mountain Time trips, right? Again, we're going to Dallas on Thanksgiving. That's it. That's it. Everything else is East Coast, so we'll enjoy that, and we'll take that every time. And you have to like the idea of having 3 home games after the bye. It does mean there's more road games later, but you're talking about a month at home. I really feel like it's important that we at least go 2-1 in those 3 games. You're talking about coming off the bye, playing Miami, then playing the Eagles, then playing the Redskins. You need to at least go 2-1 in that stretch, if not 3-0. That's a huge stretch. To me, that 3-game stretch is more important than this one game against the New York, New Jersey Jets, just because we're at home playing 2 teams that a lot of people are considering to be at the bottom, towards the bottom of the league, in the Redskins and the Dolphins. And we're at home, and you're talking about being at home for a full month after a bye. I mean, you can't ask for a little bit better than that. It doesn't matter. Like, teams be darned. You're talking about a month at home. It should be all right. So anyway, 21-10 Penn State, and so it's starting to look like what people were predicting would happen. Penn State just kind of breaking away here. Again, the pick 6 kind of puts momentum in Penn State's favor. They call the penalty. For some reason, they only call it on the Buffalo Bulls, even though number 40 for Penn State definitely came over and pushed after the play as well. But, it is what it is. We're only losing 4 games. Easier to pick those since we are winning the rest. We're only losing 4 games, Scott says. So I'm guessing you have us losing at New England. You have us losing at Dallas. I am suffered through all 4 Super Bowl losses. I want them all back. Plus, I'm in my mid 30s, I guess. I don't know how this thing works. So I was a younger pup when we lost our 4. I remember them. I was a younger pup when we lost our 4. So 3 home games out of 8 in the second half of the season is very typical of the way they schedule us. They try to keep us away from Buffalo in December. That's not a lie. That's not a lie. They for some reason they don't like what happened in Indy 2 years ago to happen frequently. I loved it, but if you look in the stands during the Colts game, not as many people were there as the NFL would like to see. So that's why they kind of take that away. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, you can't. The schedule makers are always going to do that. That's just the way it is. They don't like those teams that have a chance for those big snows, those lake effect snows, to be playing at home late in the season. So back from commercial, Penn State up 21-10, 11:54 to go in the third quarter. Penn State kicking off. Gonna be another touchback here for the Buffalo Bulls. This is when we really have to answer the call, right? If you want to upset this team, if you want to have a shot, you really have to answer this call. You knew that the number 15 ranked team or whatever it was really going to punch you in the mouth at some point in this game. You have to answer back right now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, really quick there, to start off this second half, you're talking about the pick six, us missing a wide open receiver down the sideline, the personal foul penalty, and then the touchdown. So we'll see what happens. Anthony, yeah, absolutely right. Plenty of time left. And that's, if you're the coach of the Bulls, that's what you have to be saying right now. Plenty of time, guys. Just relax. Take your time. If you play to our strength, then we will win this game. Again, run up the middle on first down. Right up the middle on first down. This one stopped for a loss. Do you know why? Because Penn State knows what we're doing. Penn State knows what we're doing. We really need to start passing the ball on first down. Really need to do something. Really need to do something. So, I did a video telling you guys who I like to pick. And again, not only did I pick games straight up, I also picked them against the spread. I also gave you my survivor pool winner. I'm sure all of you have to have your survivor pool team in by Thursday. But I did do that. Another run up the middle. This time it breaks loose for a big gain. Past the 30, gets a first down. So all right. Good run there on 2nd and 12, picking about 14. So maybe it's like Novocaine. Just give it time. It always works, as Denzel said in Remember the Titans. But another run up the middle. Hole enters. His poor run team was so often out of it by November. The pool is figured to be a huge improvement. I hope so. I mean, again, I will never say anything bad about the Brewers just because they kept our team in Buffalo, right? Keep my team in Buffalo. I'm happy. Nothing else matters to me. Keep the team in Buffalo. From a certain standpoint, right? Nothing else matters is objective. I mean, that's the biggest important thing. Don't want to play any more Toronto games either. Would love to not have another Toronto series. I felt like that went horribly, even for me, as I didn't like it to begin with, but as just watching the games, I feel like Toronto wasn't exactly home field advantage, if you will, for the Buffalo Bills. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, Ralph Wilson had his own views, and you know what? And, he didn't like, and that led to a lot of Buffalo's faults during his 18-year playoff drought. But rest in peace, Ralph Wilson. He did give us a team, so something to cheer for. Shotgun formation for the Bulls. Handoff again in the backfield for a loss. 3rd down. How do you think they will use the running backs? Tomorrow, I think Frank Gore gets the start. I think Frank Gore will get anywhere between 10 to 15 carries. I see Singletary getting anywhere between 5 to 10 carries. And I see Yeldon getting anywhere between 7 to 12 carries, just to mix it up a little bit. I see Singletary not getting the bulk of the carries tomorrow. Again, I see him working to get the bulk of the carries, but I don't see him getting the bulk of carries tomorrow. I see Frank Gore getting the bulk of the carries tomorrow. Pass down the field, open, gets to the 40, almost to the 45 before he's taken down. So we're passing. Players are open. We pass on more than one down per drive. I don't know. Just a crazy thought. But yeah, there we are. Pass over the middle, open, gets it close to the 45-yard line. So good job by the Bulls moving the chains. Move the chains. Get the momentum back on your side. But yeah, to answer your question, Blakely, I think that Gore gets the majority of the carries. Singletary is close behind him. But what will be interesting is if we use Singletary in the special teams game, does he get less carries then on the field? I think one will affect the other. There's big run, inside the 20, inside the 10, out of bounds, inside the 10. So it's going to be 1st and goal, Buffalo. First and goal. Now we need to get in the end zone. Need to get in the end zone. Need to get in the end zone. Let's go. User unbacks for quick outs. We definitely need to use. I don't know how much we'll use Gore in the running or in the passing game, but when you talk about Singletary, run up the middle, 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 run up the middle. Next first down on the next drive, they're gonna run up the middle on first down. Just gonna tell you now. Oh, there was a late out of bounds by Penn State, but they don't get that. Let's have a discussion on community ownership of sports franchises sometime down the line. Well, if you guys want to talk about ownership, I will happily talk about ownership. Maybe at the end of the season. I know some of my viewers have often wanted me to talk about ownership and the coaching staff beyond just the head coach. Right up the middle. Oh no, he pulls it down and only loses 3. Play calling's atrocious, guys. If you're watching this game, let me know if you agree or not. I feel like this play calling. I mean, every time we throw it downfield, someone's open. Like every time. They're playing a zone man coverage that the Bulls offense seems to be able to read, find an open spot. Even on the last drive, we ended up punting it. We had an open man downfield that we just missed on, and so I don't know. I'm pulling my hair out at this point, and there's not much there anymore. There's not much there to pull out anymore. But it's pretty predictable. Third down here, going with a fade route that's just thrown out of the end zone. So looks like we're gonna settle for a field goal again. The Bills have a screen game. It looked like in the preseason they do. They didn't last year, but it looked like in the preseason they're going to try to open up a screen game. Hopefully Dable does open that up because it's going to help. It's going to help Josh Allen's completion percentage, and it's also going to help maybe make that defense cheat up a little bit more. So I hope that that's something that we have in the arsenal. Field goal is up, and the field goal is good. So with I don't even know with 6:59 to go in the third quarter, the Nittany Lions up 21-13. Get the ball in the end zone. Stop running on first down. Like it's simple things killing us right now. Again, all 3 scores are right off. Well, 2 of the 3 scores are right off turnovers. The other one's off a huge special teams play. But the Bulls are still in it, so let's be happy about that. No one gave us a shot in this game, so the Bulls are still in it. So let's give them that. So Scott, yeah, let's hope that Dable does have a few screen passes and maybe some trick thing, especially with McKenzie in there, things like that. Like we can definitely open up this game a little bit more. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Again, we're in the second hour of this stream. Watching the Buffalo Bulls game together, always enjoy the company. So I appreciate you guys joining me. We talked a lot about Antonio Brown. We'll continue to talk about Antonio Brown. That's fine. We talked a little bit about the Bills game tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. I gave you my 3 keys to victory again. I talked about it Thursday as well. Guys, I'm live every Thursday during halftime of Thursday Night Football. I'll do my recap video for the Jets game this Monday during halftime of the Monday Night Football game, the first Monday Night Football game. I'll be live then. If it's not at halftime, we'll be directly after, as long as my kid goes to bed on time. We'll make sure to be live for that as well. So we will talk about that. So again, if you hit that subscribe button, guys, hit that notification bell to let you know when we post new videos. DB, so we're 1 score down at least. They aren't folding 27.5 point underdog. Yeah, we're only 1 score down. So hopefully we keep building on this, and again, this is just good for the program, gets national exposure, and let's some people know out there, including some kids looking for colleges to go to, that this is a school that takes pride in their football, takes pride in their basketball, takes pride in that kind of stuff, and we hope that people can see that now. And we lost Tyree Jackson last year. We lost some big players, some of which end up with the Buffalo Bills, who are big players for the Buffalo Bulls, and to still be in this game is just a testament to the coaching staff, to the players that are still on this team. Just very well done. Again, would love to see different play calling from time to time and the mistakes cleaned up. But you're talking about a Penn State team that's ranked in the top 25 at Penn State. I'm okay with this game so far. Allen Brown, Forster. Our defense, offense in front, protecting Allen. We are awesome, not to mention our tight ends. I would love to see a breakout game from our tight ends. Wouldn't you? Man, if our tight ends can do well in this game, I would be, because we saw with Dawson Knox, another squib kick by the Bulls. And again, it's to about the 36-yard line. That Penn State returns to about the 36-yard line with 6:05 to go in the third quarter. The Buffalo Bulls trailing 21 to 3 or 21 to 13. Sorry about that, 21-13. So we'll see if they continue to maybe chip away at this lead a little bit. Again, went to halftime up 10-7. We've outgained Penn State by quite a few yards, but again, a lot of those yards were made up for by pick sixes, things like that. I think there's some pressure on the offensive coordinator. Yeah, he's the first to go if we don't do well. He's the first to go if our offense, and that's the worrisome part of that is just like we saw Thursday night. All these offenses might start off slow. These defenses might work out better. Might be more ready for the season to start. So these offenses might start off slow. And if Dable's offense starts off slow enough, we might see him gone sooner than later. QB sneak by Penn State's quarterback, and he has all the room in the world. And he's going to be down inside the 5. Good tackle, good hustle by the cornerback on the right side of the field, coming all the way to the left and making the quarterback. But it's going to be first and goal for Penn State. Touchdown here really hurts the team a lot. Makes it a 2-touchdown game. But yeah, the Bulls just couldn't get any inside penetration. The quarterback kept it on a QB option and ran it up the left sideline. Got it inside the 5 before he's tripped up by number 3 of the Bulls. Oh yeah, no, I believe there's no time to be conservative. You need to be ready to go. I don't disagree with that. But yeah, Dable needs to be ready. His job's on the line week 1 because he didn't impress last year. That's for sure. Run by Penn State gets into the end zone. So touchdown Penn State. Gonna make this game 27-13 on 2 plays that time. So their scoring drives have been really quick. Again, we know this team can put up points in bunches, and that's what they're doing. So, again, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Guys, if you've been here before, share this video on your social media outlets, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, I don't know, all of them. I'm on Twitter. I got that down, so follow me on Twitter. Link in the description below. I'm on Facebook, too. Who knew? I didn't know. But I'm on Facebook. I'm definitely updating that more now. And then you guys know I'm going live on there. So join me on Facebook. Just look up Billievers Talk. Extra point is good. So again, it's 28-13 now. Penn State over the Bulls. So I told you on first down we're going up the middle. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 28-13. I can't read that. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. So we'll see. We'll see if we fight back. But yeah, as far as Dable goes, I think Dable is the first guy to be fired if anything goes wrong. Not only was their new talent acquired, you look at the offensive coaches, right? You talk about the offensive line coach changed there, wide receivers coach changed there. So there's been different coaches even added to his staff to help improve this offense. Quarterback coach Ken Dorsey. Now, was he hired to be next in line for Dable? If Dable is not able to get the job done, maybe. Some people are speculating that. But we've hired new coaches to help Dable out, so there's no excuses for Dable anymore. We need to have a better offense than 31st or 30th in the league, and it starts tomorrow. I know that we're going up against a Greg Williams coach defense, but man, you need to have a game plan for that. The secondary of the New York Jets still weak point for him, right? Last year when Matt Barkley came in, he put up 41 points against this defense. There was no real change in the secondary, so there's no reason to think that we can't improve on that. Some would say we improved at the running back position. Listen, if we haven't improved in the running back position, why did we cut LaShawn McCoy? Right? If we go out tomorrow and don't rush for over 75 yards, none of our running backs rush for over 50 yards total, why did we cut LaShawn McCoy for $6 million when we have no cap worries in the world? I know we need to think about re-signing players. I know that. I'm not dumb. I've been doing this for quite some time. I know that there are a lot of players that we have to re-sign. But winning now is priority, not signing players next year. Okay, winning now is priority, and if McCoy gave us the best option to win now, that's a problem. That's a problem that needs to be addressed. Dorsey interview for the OC job. Yeah, so like again, I think that he is the coordinator if Dable does not do well. Test the secondary early. I think we test our secondary all game. All game we test our secondary, but we can't stray away from the run either, right? We need to mix it up. Again, one of my keys to victory: don't be predictable. Do not be predictable. So we know we want those linebackers looking out for Zay Jones and Cole Beasley. We know we want that front four to have to worry about Singletary, Gore, whoever it is. And we know we want that secondary to say, hey, look, we have John Brown, Robert Foster on both sides. Who you got? Who you double teaming? Because they're both going deep if they need to. And, they both got the speed for it. And Josh Allen, we know he's got the arm for it. So we'll see what happens. But, man, you do expect big things from this offense, right? We have a lot of improvement. That offensive line seemingly has gotten a lot better. As Penn State kicks the ball off, again, the Bulls returners just stand there and watch it go out of the end zone. So it is 28-13. Again, we're getting ready for the game tomorrow. Again, just, a little over 13 hours away here from, or 14 hours away, I should say, from first kickoff of the NFL season for our Buffalo Bills. Again, let me know what you think the score is going to be in the comments section. I saw some scores earlier. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. And again, follow #sports, follow sportscaster.com. Links in the description below. Get you covered when it comes to game play-by-play and reaction. So pass on first down. Oh, I was wrong. Pass on first down to the right side, gets it to a third, and it's a completion to an open receiver. That's what I'm talking about. We've had open receivers all game. All game. Hit them. 28-13, 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Still plenty of time. We're only down 2 scores. So 2nd and 5. Just get a few first downs. If you get in the red zone, you have to score a touchdown. That's it. Steve Smith admitted recently that he zoned out if he wasn't involved early. Get those receivers involved. I want to see Smokey targeted. I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good for the Bulls. As I turn my head and people for Penn State are celebrating. Yeah, get everyone involved. Get everyone involved. But that also speaks to Steve Smith mentally. I think, you know what? If you're not involved early, you need to do something to stay in the game. You need to make yourself stay in the game. I know it's easy to not stay in the game, but you need to. This is the NFL. You're getting paid to do that. So I know we want to get everyone involved early because, again, that's going to make us less predictable. I agree with that. But at the same time, if you don't get involved early, you're still a player in the NFL. You're still getting paid millions of dollars. 3rd and 13 for the Bulls. You're still getting paid millions of dollars. You need to be ready. What just happened? Timeout Buffalo. It's not looking good, guys. Not looking good. If you pick the Bulls and with the spread, you're still looking all right. You still might be good, but as far as the upset is concerned, and as far as Fox being 3 for 3 on overtime games today, it's not looking good. So we'll see. But yeah, to your point, DB, I think that to me that speaks to Steve Smith's mental mindset going into a game. Like, again, that diva mindset, right? It's funny. People say, like, the further out you go on the field, the more of a diva they become. And that's no more true than at that wide receiver position when everyone thinks they're open all the time, right? I'm just open. No, you're not. You're not open. If you were open, then you would have got the ball. And do we want to get everyone involved early? Absolutely. As we're back from commercial, 3rd and 13, going deep. Incomplete pass, no flag. So it's going to be 4th and 13 here. Mentally reset himself. Yeah, and Steve Smith's been doing that too. Oh, he had the ball in his hands. You have the ball in your hands. Catch the ball. 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 All I want you to do is catch the ball. He had the ball in his hands. Went down to the ground. Yeah, Steve Smith. I mean, the reason why Steve Smith was a dog was because of his size, right? And that's a block. Oh no, is it? Was it blocked? Was it blocked? It was partially blocked. The punter got laid out. The punter got laid out. He's calling. He's calling for the coaching staff. He's calling for the trainers. He's calling for everybody. So the punt was blocked, but man, the punter got laid out. Yeah, I think McKenzie's the return guy tomorrow. At least kick returns. I wouldn't be surprised to see Poyer back there on punts. To be honest with you, McKenzie did what I think he did all right for us last year, if I recall. No big mistakes, but yeah, our punter for the Bulls just got laid out. Bad. It's bad. Well, I think that changes the spread. If you had the spread, our punter's not punting anymore, so best of luck there. But it doesn't look good. Penn State medical staff has come out now. Does not look good. Cart's already on the field. Man, that stinks. That stinks. You never want to see that. You never want to see that. Oh yeah, no. I mean, DB, like, listen, Smith had to be a dog because he was not a big guy. Remember when he came out of the draft? No one predicted that he would have a good NFL career as an NFL number one receiver, and he proved everyone wrong. He proved everyone wrong. He is, a Hall of Famer. He led Carolina to their Super Bowl against New England. I still remember he had that 89-yard touchdown pass catch in that game where he just burned everybody. He was not just good; he was great for a really long time, and he took it personally. He really did. No, I have no issue with Steve Smith as far as his playing. As far as his talk off the field, sometimes I had issue with that. He never spoke highly of the Bills. That's for sure. I remember that. But yeah, I think I think that yeah, Steve Smith's one of the better wide receivers of all time. I wouldn't put him up there with Rice, Owens, Moss, Harrison, people like that. But man, for his size, pound for pound, you could say he's probably one of the best receivers in the game. So we could say that. But yeah, so McKenzie, Hyde, and Singletary were all taking special teams kicks this week in practice. So be interested to see who takes the majority of the returns tomorrow. I do think it's probably going to be McKenzie, both on special teams or both on kick return and punt return. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But again, guys, thanks for joining me again. 2.5 hours in, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Again, we can talk about anything football related. Dolphins play tomorrow. We can talk about the Dolphins not looking good. Tunsil traded to the Texans, and Jarvis. Yep, he's probably broken or something. I mean, he's out. So they're going to call him off the field. 4:31 to go in the third quarter. 28-13. Penn State's going to have the ball in great field position after the block. He did, DB. He did. I was trying to remember. There was a receiver coming out. I forget what it was. Someone's gonna have to help me with the name. Yeah, there was a receiver coming out, and he was choosing between Baltimore or Buffalo. And he trashed us and talked highly about Baltimore, which he used to play. Look, I have no problem with him talking highly about Baltimore. He used to play for Baltimore, but he also trashed us in the process. It wasn't just like, oh, go Baltimore, they're a good franchise. No, he then went and said the same things that AB was saying about Buffalo, which is another reason why I'm happy that we get to play him twice a year, about how no one wants to play in Buffalo and things like that. And that's just not accurate. We all know that that's not accurate. Listen, people come to Buffalo and they fall in love with Buffalo right away. Another big gainer for Penn State gets in Buffalo territory. So yeah, this game's really getting out of hand. So it's really getting ugly early. Great hanging with you, Joe. Hey, Scott. Nice talking to you all. Gotta go. Hey, I appreciate that. Enjoy the game tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a great game. 2 defensive touchdowns. I'd be happy with that. Really great stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. This game, like I said, the Penn State Buffalo Bulls game is getting a little out of hand now. Penn State driving again inside Buffalo Bull territory. They're going for it all here, and it's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 for Penn State. Again, 28-13, 4 minutes to go in this game. But hey, Scott, thanks again for joining us. Have a great night. But again, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Again, long stream tonight. I just was so excited getting ready for tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited about the game tomorrow as well. Let me know what you're doing for the game tomorrow. You guys staying at home watching the game? If you're going out somewhere, I wouldn't get the game here locally, so of course I'm going out with some friends to watch the game, get the Sunday ticket going, and watch the game, and hopefully have a good time. Watch other games while I'm at it as well. Going with some Eagle fans, again, living close to the Philadelphia region. Whenever you don't know, look at the Bills last year. Whenever you don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be to start the season, it's going to be a long road for you, and they don't know who their starter is going to be really yet. And I expect Hoskins to be in there before the end of the season, but I'm just not sure the growing pains they'll go through. You have the same thing with the New York, New Jersey Giants, who we play week 2, of course. Looking forward to that game as well. Penn State on third down has a completion, but it's going to be short of the first down, so it's going to be fourth and about 2. They're probably going to go for it here, so it'd be a huge stop, maybe a little bit of momentum shift if the Bulls are able to stop them here on this 4th and 2 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. They do line up on offense as they are going to go for it here. They're going to run it here. Oh, no. Quick out pass to the tight end, and he gets the first down. He gets plenty more of the first down inside of 5, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. So from a 4th and 2 potential to stop them and swing the momentum one way, we just allow a touchdown and make it even worse the other way. So now 34-13, extra point pending. Again, we were up 10-7 at halftime, and we knew that Penn State can put up points in bunches, and that's what they're doing here, just putting up points in bunches as they run a pass run option. The quarterback fakes it to the running back to the inside. He rolls to the left, does like a little jump pass to the tight end, who's wide open, and runs in for the touchdown. So now 35-13. Not looking good. DB, thank you for keeping me up to date on the Texas game. Let's go Texas, right? Let's go. Just beat an SEC school for once, so we know that it's possible that someone else can make it to the college playoff. I would love to see some different teams other than Alabama and Clemson win this thing. I just know that they won't. It's between Alabama and Clemson every single year, and it's just a shame. Just a shame. I said the same thing about basketball with Golden State. Now we don't have that problem this year. Coming up because obviously things have changed drastically in the NBA. So if you're an NBA fan, I think this is going to be a fun season to watch. But still for college football, it's between Alabama and Clemson every single year. So kind of stinks to see that. But hey, maybe something will happen. Mistakes have killed. Absolutely, mistakes. You talk about the turnovers, the special teams play more so than the actual defense is a sad thing. They had 14 points off 2 turnovers. Again, special teams, the personal foul, unnecessary roughness penalty on the Bulls. They get great field position, score on one play there. It's not what you want to see. But again, is that the Bulls making mistakes, or is that Penn State forcing those mistakes on the Bulls? There's a big difference there, and Penn State is a top 25 ranked team. It gets old, doesn't it? It does. But yeah, you'll continue to have these problems. You have an up-and-coming program with the Buffalo Bulls. You continue to try to see improvement, and that's what you want to see. Again, we talk about the players that the Bulls lost last season. Talk about losing a starting quarterback, Tyree Jackson. And this isn't a program where you just lose your starting quarterback and then have just a 5-star recruit replacing. That's not how it happens. There's 2 flags down. Looks like it might be pass interference on Penn State on this one. So it was close to interception, but won't matter because of the flags. It's pass interference on Penn State, so it's going to be a spot foul because I don't think it was 15 yards. Spot foul, but it's going to be a first down. So the Bulls, again, move the ball with a pass on first down. So, it's talking about the running. Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely twists his arms. So I was talking about the running on first downs. Ever since then, they passed on the next 2 first downs. So we'll see what continues to happen here. As the Bulls now, again, time becomes a factor when you're down 35-13. Now, that's only the second penalty for Penn State. Buffalo is 6, which is still pretty good. 6 for 55 yards, still pretty good. Much better than the boys in the NFL do, that's for sure. Clean pocket, gets a good throw off on first down, gets it to the 46-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 there with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Don't give up. That's all I want to see. And believe me, I'll be a lot more depressed tomorrow if the Jets are up on us 35-13 at any point in tomorrow's game. What will be the most disappointing thing in the loss tomorrow is if it's a blowout, right? Same thing probably for the Jets. The Jets lose a close game. They're like, hey, we have some things we can improve on. If it's a close game, it probably comes down to who makes less mistakes, right? So if you clean up those mistakes, whether it be penalties or whether it be turnovers, whatever the case might be, overthrowing guys, we've seen all that in this game today. Whatever the case might be, if it's a close game, you can fix those things and you can say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be cleaning this stuff up. If it's a blowout, you just have to ask yourself, what are we doing? Does this team have what it takes to be competitive this season? And as fans, that's what we'll ask ourselves. If we lose to the Jets tomorrow, 35-13, is someone gonna be happy with that? No, of course not. We're not gonna be happy with that. But what does that mean for the rest of the season? Are we just down on the rest of the season, or do we see what kind of production we get from Josh Allen? 3rd and 3 here with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Again, this game getting a little out of hand right now. 35-13, Penn State over Buffalo. Would love to get this first down here, get the ball into Penn State territory. We do get the first down, and we do get the Penn State territory, so it's going to be first down, a minute to go in the third quarter. So, again, time starting to become a factor, but when you're one of these lower-ranked teams, Buffalo, again, not even in the top 50 right now, when you're one of these lower-ranked teams, it's hard to come back on a team like Penn State. They know what they're doing. A quick pass here, incomplete, batted in the air. Penn State almost had a shot and another interception. But again, you're talking about the mistakes made today by the Buffalo Bulls. None bigger than the pick six, but you think about the drive after that, we have a guy wide open running down the sideline. Would have scored a touchdown if you would have hit him, and he just misses him, just overthrows him. So mistakes like that sometimes don't get noticed, get overlooked. We talk about some of the other mistakes, but we can't forget about those mistakes either. So we'll see what continues happening. Again, guys, thanks for joining me on Billievers Talk for this stream of the Bulls game. Long pass down the field. It's going to be overthrown again. Just keeps overthrowing those long balls. It was his. He threw that time. So maybe use that as a little bit. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Use that as an excuse. But it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Bulls here. Again, in Penn State territory. If you pick up 6-7 yards here, you have to go for it. Again, 35-13. Again, this game getting a little out of hand. But we'll see what happens as this game progresses. Again, the Bulls lose their punter. It looks like he broke his leg or something, just the way they were taking him off the field, the way he was calling for help right after he got hit on the play. Again, the Nittany Lions block a punt. They nail a punter in the process. And then he goes down. Pressure up the middle. The quarterback rolls to his left, throws it downfield, overthrow again. And it's incomplete. It was out of bounds, so it's going to be 4th and 10. So we're going to be forced to punt. Move the ball a little bit, but don't get anything out of it. Kind of the theme of the day. Watch a game like this, and you kind of wish that the Buffalo Bulls would have tried to keep Tyree Jackson for a year. And now Tyree Jackson might be wishing that he stayed there for another year, right? Tyree Jackson still another year. He could have played with the Buffalo Bulls, and you just wonder was coming out when he did the right move, especially now. I don't even know who was picked up on a practice squad. I think he's just a free agent at this point. Needs to work on his game a little bit. That's all. Needs to work on his game. We saw in the preseason that he's just not ready for the NFL. We wish him the best, of course, as a Buffalo Bull. But we'll see what happens. So they do come out and punt. I think they have their kicker now punting the ball. Again, the punter goes out. So it's going to be tough the rest of the way. You talk about, we have a quarter plus left. It's going to be tough the rest of the way. Again, guys, thank you for joining me. We can talk about the Bills a little bit more. We'll go over the injury report, whatever we have with injuries so far. Again, we know that Andre Roberts is going to be hurt. Everyone talks about Andre Roberts going against his old team, and we were looking forward to that. Seeing if he could be, because in that game that the Jets won last year, he was definitely a huge factor, and so we were wondering to see if he could be a huge factor in this game as well, but this time for the Bills and not the New York Jets. So looking at the Jets perspective, from the Jets perspective, they have a couple questionable players for the opener tomorrow. Robbie Anderson's dealing with a calf issue, so he is questionable for tomorrow. Braxton Berrios is questionable tomorrow with a hamstring injury, and Tremaine Jones is questionable for tomorrow's game, as Penn State has another huge game into Bulls territory to end the third quarter. Probably there's 20 seconds left, so they could get a playoff if they wanted to. They don't have to. So those are three questionable players for tomorrow. Now, Adam Gase has said all week that each of those will play. Each three of those will play. The Bills have ruled out Tyler Croft, which we knew, and Andre Roberts to a quad issue. So those are the injuries. We already know that the Jets are dealing with injury to their one linebacker who's out for the season towards ACL, I forget his name off the top of my head, and then a suspension to another one of their linebackers as the Penn State game goes into the fourth quarter. And guys, I hate to say it, but this one is over. We have a fourth quarter to go for formality. But yeah, this one at 35-15 just isn't looking good. So we'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. But I think at this point it's safe to say Penn State's going to hold on for the win. Bulls offense just not doing as well as they did in the first half. And again, getting in the red zone, kicking a field goal instead of getting that touchdown just really hurts you. You're down 3 scores now, and you've scored 3 times all game. So can you come back? You only scored 1 touchdown so far. So can you come back? I'm just not sure that they can do it. Let me know what you guys think. But we go over the injury reports for tomorrow. Again, the Jets without some of their linebackers and possibly without a wide receiver, a special teams guy. And again, special teams tomorrow. I think special teams is going to be huge. Yeah, I wrote that as my 3 keys to victory. I think field position is going to be a huge start because again, both defenses going to be top 10 defenses here. You talk about Greg Williams' defense that's going to be ready to play. That's going to be ready to play, ready to go. That New Jersey, East Rutherford fan base, they're going to be rocking. It's going to be their home opener. It's the first game of the year. We know they're going to be excited. So, in my opinion, we have to survive the storm, if you will. I think the Jets are going to start off on fire. I think the Jets are going to be ready to go, and they're going to start off trying to beat us like we did them last year, right? Trying to punch us in the mouth a little bit. And we can't let that happen. We need to be able to survive the storm, maybe only allow a field goal on the first couple drives, something like that, and then we can go on the offensive. We can go on the attack once all the nerves kind of calm down a little bit. Everyone gets ready to play some real football. Then we can go on the offensive. We can go on the attack and win this game at that point. Again, early on, we're going to have to rely on the defense. And then hopefully, we hope that our offense is able to make some plays late in this game that pretty much seal the deal. Again, I have this as a 3-point game. It's going to be a close game. These divisional games always are. The Jets always give us a hard time no matter what records are. This one, again, home opener in East Rutherford. They're going to be hyped about it. So we'll see what happens. But I think this is going to be a close game. Again, I have this one going 21-18 Buffalo. Again, I think it might be a little more comfortable than the score appears. I hope that it is. I hope that we are up 21-10 late and the Jets score a late touchdown. Maybe while we're playing prevent defense, although I hate prevent defense. We can get into that in another episode. I hate prevent defense. We should never play prevent defense. You should always keep attacking. Until the game's over, you should always keep attacking, always keep doing what got you there. You should not play prevent defense. How many times have we all seen prevent defense cause a team to lose a game or get a team even back into a game that they were recently out of? I just hate that kind of stuff. Don't let a team back in it. Just pound on them. I see high school games all the time where the final score is like 56-20 or something like that. And I'm like, yes, keep pounding it. Keep pounding it. And these are high school kids, so I get it. You want to play all your high school kids, and it's a little bit different in the NFL. You don't want people getting hurt. But still, you do not let your foot off the gas until you're up 50 with 20 seconds left, whatever the case might be. You want to keep your foot on the gas until you don't need to anymore. And we saw with Atlanta in the Super Bowl against New England, they threw the ball when they were supposed, probably should have ran the ball and kicked the field goal, but they were going for their throat, right? And a lot of people had a problem with that. I didn't. I thought, that's the smart play. You keep your foot on the gas. Now, should Matt Ryan have thrown the ball away instead of getting sacked, or something different should have happened on that play? Absolutely. But you can only look back now. If he completes a touchdown pass and wins the game that way, then no one's talking about it. So we'll see what happens. Start of the fourth quarter here. Penn State in shotgun formation. 5 wide receivers sat on the 2nd and 13. Quick pass over the middle is incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 now. There's a flag down. So we'll see what the flag's about. More than likely going against the Bulls. Pat's 3rd and 6. The Bills DBs lining up 7 yards deep. That's what happens. That's what happens. Yeah, and we see a lot, and I think that all the time. It is on the Bulls, and it's going to be pass interference, which means it's going to be a first down. So we cannot get a stop right now. Um, just again, as DB said earlier, mistakes have killed us. Anthony John says 38-23 Bills. Again, if we win this game by more than one score on the road, I'm gonna be thrilled, and I think that is going to force people, media, to give us a little bit of respect, and recognize the fact that the Bills are here. And some of the Bills fans have been saying this whole offseason is that the moves we made have done nothing but made this team better. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for Penn State. This team has become so much better than last year. And you think about the team last year, it wasn't. It was a 6-10 team. It was a 6-10 team. We could have done a lot worse than our record showed. I thought. Maybe winning some games, that Vikings game that we weren't supposed to win, that we just weren't supposed to win. We won that Vikings game on the road. If we win tomorrow like we won against the Vikings, I'm just going to be so thrilled. It's going to be exciting. Penn State with a QB sneak, and he stopped with a 1-yard gain. So it was going to be a 3rd and 9 here for Penn State. Again, 35-13, 14:40 to go now in the game. At this point, again, like I said, I feel like it's all formality. If Buffalo comes back to make this game, call me surprised at this point. Just they gave it their best shot in the first half. Again, winning this game 10-7 at halftime. Just come out in the second half, the pick six, the overthrow, and then just a lot of mistakes back to back to back. It seemed like momentum swung in a blink of an eye. So 4 wide receivers set for Penn State. Running back 2, the quarterback's left. Again, at the 13-yard line. So we'll see if they pick up this 3rd and 9. Pass goes into the end zone, overthrown, so it's going to be incomplete. So the Bulls hold him here, and again, pretty impressive. Oh, the quarterback wants to go for it. Oh well. Hit that like button, Fanatics. Hey, thanks a lot, Anthony. Absolutely. I know we don't have too many in here right now. Again, I appreciate you guys joining me. 2 hours and 45 minute stream for this Buffalo Bulls game, and so we could talk some NFL football tomorrow. What game other than the Bulls game? Other than the Bills game, I should say. Since I have some of you all in here, and I appreciate you guys joining me. Other than the Bills game, what game are you guys looking most forward to tomorrow in the NFL? Me personally, I'm really looking forward to that Titans-Cleveland game, just to see what the Cleveland Browns have. And the kick is good, so the field goal is good. So with 14 minutes to go, it's 38-13. Man, that was angering to see that. Yeah, to beat the Jets in the media capital of the world would be delicious. Anytime you can beat a division team, it's delicious. You can be on the road, it's even better. Oh, I'm so excited for tomorrow. Hope you guys are excited too. Like I said, a little more than 13 and a half hours to go before the game tomorrow. So just really looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. I'm losing my voice already, trying to drink up, stay hydrated. But again, you guys can join #sports tomorrow for the live play-by-play and commentary reaction to the game. Again, I'll be joining in the chat area, so you guys want to make sure you're there. But again, we're teaming up to do it together, and I think it's great. I really look forward to seeing listening to their content as well. Pats Steelers, I like that game. Sunday night game. It's gonna be fun to watch. I think people are higher on the Steelers than they should be. I don't think the Steelers have the firepower. We don't know. For all we know, Juju Smith-Schuster is the equivalent of a Peerless Price. Great number 2 wide receiver, but then when he goes to Atlanta, tries to become a number 1 wide receiver, just not the same as he was in Buffalo. So, and if that's the case, then who do they got? They got James Washington as their 2, and if from last year, just inconsistent at best last season. So we'll see. Believe it or not, Giants Cowboys. That should be a good one too. You want to see what Saquon Barkley has. Now, is it fantasy implications? Do you have Saquon on your fantasy team? So you want to see how he does. But it's going to be a fun matchup. Anytime you're talking about Zeke will be playing too, so that'll be fun to see. But you got Saquon, you got Zeke. It's just going to be a fun matchup, I think. For me, like I said, it's Cleveland, Tennessee. Just one of those games that I want to see if Cleveland's going to come out as strong as everyone's saying they are. Tennessee, normally one of those teams where you just don't know how, but every time in the fourth quarter they're just there. It's a defensive game. It's a struggle. Every single yard's a struggle, it seems. And they're just there in the fourth quarter. The Bills have had that for a little while now. Every time we play Tennessee, last year we won last second Stephen Hauschka field goal. 4-0 preseason with Bills and Giants. So that means hopefully they both win, and then it's a battle of undefeateds, right? In week 2, we'll be 5-0. Anthony, we play both. Yeah, okay. So that makes, yeah, we play both. So it'll be interesting to see how they do, right? We play both teams. Now, there's going to be a big difference between a week 1 Cowboy team and a week 12 Cowboy team. But you can get a lot from that sense of. But to your point, DB, we also play both the Steelers and the Patriots, and we play Patriots twice. So, and we do play Cleveland and Tennessee. So all 6 teams named, we play. So glad to see we're all on the same page. We're looking out for the Bills to see how they do. See how they do. But there's a lot of good games tomorrow, I think. I think the Jacksonville Kansas City game might be better than what people think. What are some of the other games? I have them right here. Why don't I just look at them? I can just look at them. I literally have them right here. Bengals Seahawks is gonna be boring. The Colts Chargers. How will the Colts be without Andrew Luck? That'll be interesting to see. The Lions Cardinals game, even though neither team I think is going to be good this year, I think that's what makes that a good game, is that neither team's going to be good this year. So whoever comes out on top, that would be interesting to see. Bulls have the ball. Again, they run on first down up the middle. Get about 4 or 5 yards. The 49ers Buccaneers game, that might be a good one. That might be a good one. You're talking about oh my gosh, I know it too. The new Buccaneers head coach. Why do I forget his name? He used to be the coach of the Cardinals. But anyhow, talk about his offensive prowess versus the 49ers, getting Garoppolo back. That should be a good one. Falcons Vikings. That should definitely be a good one. That's a good one to watch out for. Vikings, everyone's high on them this year too. I'm not sure how high I am on them, but I think I have them making wild cards, so we'll see how they do. Another one for Buffalo. Pick up a first down. 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 38-13. Right now they're covering the spread. I believe the spread was 25.5. Luck is a huge loss for the NFL. If you ask me, DB, I think Luck is a huge loss for the NFL. Obviously, we all wish him the best. How do you guys feel about the Colts fans booing Andrew Luck as he's coming off field? I'm sure that's not the way Andrew Luck wanted to go out. He had the press conference scheduled for Sunday. Of course, Adam Schefter breaks the news on Saturday during the Colts' last preseason game. So he gets booed coming off the field, and I don't blame the fans. I'm not mad at the fans. I don't think they're wrong to do so. But I don't think I don't think they're wrong to boo him in that moment, right? Like, you just learned your franchise quarterback a week and a half or 2 weeks before the season starts retired. How would we feel? How would we feel as Bills fans, or anyone for that matter, if your star quarterback retires 2 weeks before the season starts? Right? I don't think they're wrong to boo in that moment. But at the same time, it has to be a moment thing. For them to boo over what he's done for the Colts, I mean, he's done a lot for the Colts. And, the Colts, as far as from a business standpoint, the GM and everyone who puts that team together, they didn't do a lot to help him. They didn't give him the offensive line that he wanted or needed to survive those first few years. Why do you think he missed a few years? Why do you think he has so many injuries? So, I mean, we wish Andrew Luck the best in everything that he does, and we'll see what happens. Penn State player down on the field. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulls. 11:07 or 11:57. I can't read. 11:57 to go in the game. He did bust himself. He did bust himself up. He did play hard for the team, and no one's saying that. But at your job, are people disappointed if you quit 2 weeks? Even if you give your 2 weeks notice, like, people are disappointed. The last job I quit, I had people crying because people love me. I mean, I'm an awesome guy, but still, like, people don't want you to leave. That's all it is. Oh, yeah, the Ursays. Yeah, again, the owner and the GM just really didn't give Andrew Luck anything to help. They were so busy with other things, T.Y. Hilton, things like that. They didn't even worry about the offensive line. Another run on first down, but this, again, they're picking up decent yards. They're picking up decent yards per chunk. If there's anything this game showed me is that Penn State might not be the juggernaut they've been in past years, and maybe not even juggernaut, but I think when they play a team, but you think about Michigan. Michigan almost lost today too, but Ohio State looked really good. So you think about that kind of like Big Ten implications. This Buffalo team's playing them tough. Again, a few mistakes, and they're right in this game. They have 387 total yards of offense in this game. That's pretty unreal against a Penn State team that normally has a good defense. Do they get the first down? It's close to a first down here on 2nd and 3. Looks like they might be a little short, but it's going to be 3rd and 1. But yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you, DB. I think some of them might have been booing ownership and again, that whole situation. Because again, they just didn't give him much to work with in Andrew Luck. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett is definitely someone who can. He started the season before with Andrew Luck being out. So we'll see what happens with the Indianapolis Colts. Some other games. Again, I'm interested in Titans Browns. The Ravens should absolutely kill the Dolphins tomorrow, I think. I don't even think that game's going to be close. Panthers Rams, interesting to see how Cam Newton comes out. New throwing angle, things like that. First down Buffalo Bulls here. 10-16 to go in the fourth quarter. So moving the ball still on this Penn State defense. I don't know if this defense is in a little bit of a prevent now. Again, you don't want a quick score. That's what you don't want. Up 35-13. So maybe a little bit of prevent, but Buffalo's still moving the ball. Might even get over 400 yards offense before this is all said and done against this Penn State defense. So that's something that's not easy to do. So be proud about that. Be proud about the fight shown. Shotgun formation. They don't run it this time, but their quarterback gets sacked. Penn State front four just gets in there pretty easily, and he gets sacked. So it's going to be 2nd and long now for the Bulls. Less than 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he's had no time. No time. So, Penn State's the better team, and it shows on the field. Again, a lot of mistakes by the Bulls, but some of those, you have to admit, were probably caused by Penn State doing what they need to do. So, like I said, 9-10 to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 15, it looks like. Maybe 19. 2nd and 19. Hand the ball off. Gets about 3-4 yards. Gets to about the Penn State 44-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 15 here. Yeah, there's a lot of fun games tomorrow, I think. Like I said, Rams Panthers should be fun. Bills Jets, even if you're not a Bills or Jets fan, if you think about it, like, it should be a fun game. It should be a fun game to watch. Falcons Vikings should be a good one. KC Jacksonville should be a good one. Titans Cleveland should be a good one. Colts Chargers should be a fun one. 49ers Bucks. Giants Cowboys. Again, Lions Cardinals should be a good one, but just because I think both teams are not going to be good. And then Steelers Patriots in the night. Should be a good one. Should be a good slate of games. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I'll be paying all the attention to the Bills game at 1 o'clock, so won't be watching too many other games at 1, even though I'll be at a sports bar, so I'll be able to look over and catch a few highlights or something. And then the 4 o'clock games, which 4 o'clock game do I want to tune into? Which 4 o'clock game? Maybe the Chargers game. And Trey White versus AB 2 times. We get to see it twice. And you know what? Again, I started out the stream talking about this, and I'll talk about this all day. I am excited to play against Antonio Brown twice a year. I'm excited about it. I think Trey White will lock him down. I think Trey White is going to have a great 3rd season here. I think he's going to show a lot of things. A lot of people have underestimated him so far. His first 2 seasons, I feel like he should have been a Rookie of the Year. His first year was passed up by the guy from the Saints. And then in his 2nd year, people were talking about how he has a little bit of a sophomore slump. Well, look at his 2nd year. Listen, look at his 2nd year, and he did not do as bad as some people are saying. He had a pretty good season. Still, I would still say a top 10 corner in the league last season. Just doesn't get any respect. And I think this year he's out to prove that he is a top 10 corner. He talked about his Madden rating and how that upset him. He talked about how no one's showing love to a team that was ranked 2nd in the league in defense last year, 1st in passing, and no one's showing them any love. These defensive players have a chip on their shoulder, and I'm excited to see how well they do. A lot of great offense versus defense contests. Yeah, And you would think that a lot of these defenses would win. So it's gonna be interesting to see which offenses show up from immediately, right? Which offenses look like they didn't miss a step from last season. Now, also is gonna be good to see. I just listed all the games that I think are gonna be good. Some of those games are going to just plain out suck to watch due to all the penalties. Just like the Thursday night game, right? The Thursday night game just turned into a game that was tough to watch because you're talking about 20 accepted penalties, flags. It seemed like all the time. I mean, the Bears had 2nd and 40 at one point. I mean, it was just tough to watch. And there's gonna be games like that tomorrow. There's gonna be games like that tomorrow, and it's gonna be a shame. We're gonna see more tests on defensive pass interference, which I hate. I hate that rule that you can challenge the DPI. I think it's stupid. Hopefully it does terribly, so they don't do it the following year. 4th and 15 now for the Bulls as they were pressured and threw a quick pass. Looks like they're going to try to punt it again. Again, now their kicker is punting with the punter going out earlier. Motivation from put downs and trash talk may make this move to Patriots a blessing. Absolutely, and that's the other thing I talked about, Anthony. Talk about 4 months ago when it was Ian Rappaport, I believe, who broke the news that the Browns and Bills or the Steelers and Browns were this close. The Steelers and Bills were this close to a deal for Antonio Brown. I knew I'd get it out there. And then all of a sudden, Antonio Brown was the one who nixed the deal, right? And so, hey, you know what? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, and now you're going to play against the number 1 pass defense 2 times, and hopefully the Bears playing 9 times out of 10 series. And we can't have that tomorrow because we know who our punter is, and he's not the greatest in the world. So we need to win the field position battle tomorrow, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I hope Jorges has been saving his leg for this moment because he needs now. If he doesn't have a good game tomorrow, listen, I think his job's on the line every single week until he has like a great game, right? I mean, Bills fans are already wondering why we kept him. He needs to have a good day tomorrow. He needs to have a good day tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, but I love it. I'm so psyched. I am so psyched for tomorrow too. I'm just so excited to see what happens tomorrow, man. So many different storylines that you can get into tomorrow. It's gonna be so much fun. Like I said in the beginning, Antonio Brown cannot play tomorrow due to when the Patriots picked him up today. Rule in the NFL is if you are signed by a team after 4 o'clock on Saturday, you're not part of the team officially until Monday morning. So he will not be able to play tomorrow against the Steelers, which when I first heard about the move and thought about it, I was like, oh, that would be a fun matchup, right? The team that he gave up on last year. That's the first team he would play. That would have been awesome to see. But unfortunately, we don't get to see that matchup. That would have been a fun one. The punting could be a killer. Absolutely, DB. Absolutely. So, but again, guys, if you cannot watch the game tomorrow, or if you want to watch the game with a few Bills fans, again, you go over to sportscaster.com/sports. They will be giving you the game. So I hope you look forward to it. I'll be there probably in the chat room. So guys, you can chat with me as well in there, and we'll just see. We'll see hopefully a great game between the Bills and the Jets. Here we go. We're excited. I'm on Twitter right now. I'm seeing what's going on, if anything's going on in the Twitter world. I want to see if the NFL is looking further into this. Antonio Brown, two Packers. What? Carter, 2 injuries in 2 years. How does a punter get injured? Well, last year he actually took a hit, kind of like the Buffalo Bulls guy just did. He actually took a hit, I think, and he tore his ACL. And that's why, and that was in the preseason, so that's why he got hurt there. Why are you passing? 38-13, 1st and 10, 8 minutes to go. You're still passing. Like, just end the game. Come on. Just end the game. Anthony John, again, and it's possible you're right, but is it also possible that he's been doing all this trash talking to get exactly what he got. Has he been doing all this like helmet stuff? And because he knew, like you can't tell me he didn't know he wasn't going to win that grievance with the NFL. Like, come on. Like, they're gonna let you use a helmet that they deem unsafe with all lawsuits going on around the NFL. If not, his his anyone in his gang could have told him, hey, this isn't gonna fly. This isn't gonna fly, And so his agent, that was the word I was looking for, Drew Rosenhaus, he could have told him, hey, the NFL is not gonna let this slide, but. And I don't even know if he's allowed on the sideline tomorrow. That'll be interesting. So a sack by the Bulls on Penn State quarterback. They rule him down at the 1-yard line. So it's going to be a long 4th down for Penn State. Going to give us good field position. But again, with only 7.5 minutes remaining, just not going to be enough time. Again, already down. What is that? I don't know. 18 plus 7, 25. Already down 25 points. So it's going to be tough to come back from 25 at any point in the game. But definitely with 7 minutes to go, going to be a lot to do that. Again, guys, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk, 10:30 here on the East Coast. I appreciate all you guys for joining me. Again, there's going to be a flag here on Buffalo for running into the punter. They're not throwing that flag for running into the punter. I'm okay with that. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me again. A little over 11 hours away, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, whatever you want to say, before the Bills game. Guys, get your fantasy lineup set. Who are you looking forward to? Do you guys have fantasy teams? I don't have. I was one of those guys 3-4 years ago. I was one of those guys who would have over 20 fantasy teams. It was ridiculous. It was like every moment of every day I was checking fantasy football. That's all I thought about. But then I had to stop. I just couldn't keep doing it. Money, there was a lot of money on the line every season. Give me gray hairs. But I wasn't enjoying the game for the game anymore, if that makes sense. I was looking to see how my fantasy team did before I was looking to see what happened in the actual game, and so that was a little disappointing for me. So I was glad when I stopped. I said, I'm gonna do this for one season, see how I do, and then if I like it, then I'm gonna keep doing it. And I liked it. I liked being able to watch the game and not, I still do like survivor pools and pick'em team leagues and stuff like that. But not having to see what player does what, who goes where, things like that. I mean, if you have Antonio Brown on your fantasy team, just imagine the roller coaster ride you went through over the past 4 days, right? You have, for all I know, you probably tried to trade him, or maybe even you released him from your team to pick up someone who you knew was going to play week 1. Now you're in a good situation. 20 what? I'm sorry. I said 20 plus 7, DB. I said 20 plus 7. I don't know what I'm talking about. No. What did I say? I don't know. What do you mean 20? Did I say we were only down 20 points? I meant 25. I know it's 25. Don't worry about it. I think he saw that roster and said, F this. Maybe. I mean, why would he ever have gone to Oakland, though? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. But hey, if you think about it logically, maybe he's a fan of Vegas. Next year Oakland's going to Las Vegas. It's not going to be the Oakland Raiders. It's going to be Las Vegas Raiders. So, if you're a fan of the Las Vegas, maybe you should have stayed there, stuck it out for a year, and next year would have been great for you. 4th and 2. We are stopped. We're stuffed by Penn State's defense. So with 4:54 to go, Penn State takes over. Again, 38-13. If the score stays this way, the spread is covered. So if you're a fan of gambling, if you gamble the team, 20, yeah, over 20 fantasy teams. Yeah, literally. It was crazy. It was funny. Like, people would come up to me and be like, hey, Antonio Brown had a great day. Did that help you or hurt you? And I'd be like, it helped me in some, it hurt me in others. Like, that's all I know. And it was just really insane. The amount of fantasy teams I was on. Probably unhealthy, which is a good thing I stopped, huh? But even this year, Like I'm in 7 suicide pools. One of the suicide pools I picked 10 teams because there's over 600 people in the or 600 teams in the suicide pool. So when it comes to gambling, it makes more sense to get more than one, right? So I got 10 teams. So I have what over 15 suicide pool teams this year. And as far as pick'em leagues, I think I'm in 5 pick'em leagues. So I just keep doing these things, and it's fun though. It makes games that I normally wouldn't care about, San Fran versus Tampa Bay, something that I care about now. Like I care about watching it, but I don't have to worry about what player gets hurt or it's less to manage, so it's a little more fun, a little easier to do. But even the Monday night games, Saints Houston, Denver Oakland. Normally I wouldn't care about that Denver Oakland game. Fantasy football team. Yeah. No, I got you, DB. I got you. So, but yeah, it's a lot more fun now. A lot more fun now. I'm just looking over the schedule. Again, think I'll be watching the. As soon as I go off camera, I drop something. Think I'll be watching the Chargers game tomorrow. Although the Seahawks were one of my favorite suicide pool picks, so maybe I'll pick the Seahawks game to watch tomorrow. LSU 30-28 over Texas in the fourth quarter. What? Craziness. How much time in the fourth quarter, if you don't mind me asking? Well, I'm on a computer. I could just look it up too. Mm-hmm. 12 minutes ago, playing it time. Well, that's good. That means I can turn on the game after I'm done with the stream. That means it's playing it time, so I can turn on the end of the game. Looks like it's gonna be a good one. LSU Texas. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. I know I'm losing some steam here as we hit the third hour of the stream, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me for all 3 hours. And if you guys are new, again, hit that share button, like this video. I hope you guys look forward to tomorrow. I asked some questions earlier. If you haven't answered already, what game are you looking forward to tomorrow besides the Bills game? What do you think the score of the Bills game is going to be tomorrow? What are some of your keys to victory? Who do you think needs to have a big impact? Who do you think is going to be our leading receiver tomorrow? For those of you in the chat, that's a good one, I think. Who do you think is going to be our leading receiver tomorrow? We talk about Brown, we talk about Beasley, Zay Jones, we talk about Robert Foster. Who's going to be the guy? McKenzie. Maybe McKenzie has a big game, you think. Who's going to be the guy tomorrow? As it's 3rd and 8 for Penn State. Less than 4 minutes to go in the game. Okay, thanks a lot, DB. Always a pleasure having you on here too, man. Always a pleasure. So, pass over the middle is complete. And Penn State has the first down, 3:27 to go. Again, maybe another first down or two, and this game's going to be a wrap, which means this stream would be a wrap. But yeah, I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. I look forward to hanging out with you guys next Sunday for the Bills and Giants game. Again, tomorrow, go to #sports. Hey, Anthony, have a great night. Enjoy tomorrow, man. Again, they're going for a touchdown. They went for a touchdown. Penn State scores a touchdown, long touchdown. Wow. Well, if you bet the spread, sorry. But I don't know. I have things I could say about that. I don't know why Penn State would do that, but I know in college that how you win matters. But the difference between 38 and 45 to me isn't going to be the difference between you. Basically, I'm saying if you win the Big Ten with one loss or less, you're in the college playoff. You don't need to pile it on a team. That's all. Go Bills, baby. Go Bills, Anthony. Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to tomorrow. Let's go Bills. That's all that matters. All these games we were talking about, all of them, only one of them matters, man. Only one of them matters to me. I can lose every single pool I'm in. I could lose every single fantasy league I was in. Doesn't matter. All that matters is the Bills winning tomorrow. I mean, I know. I was talking about this when I was at the barber shop getting my hair cut. I know. Oh, there's a flag. I think that's on the extra point though. But anyway, I was talking to I know people that have two favorite teams and things like that, and I just no, it's the Bills or nobody, right? It's the Bills or nobody. 37-28, 10 minutes left. Penn State bad sports. Absolutely, like to me, there's no point. And I know there are some games. For example, the LSU Texas game, like 37-28. Let's say LSU gets the ball back. I could see why LSU would want to score again because that looks a lot more impressive towards the end of the year. If you beat a team 45-28 or 44-28 instead of 37-28, if you have a double-digit win, that's more impressive. I get that. I do. But the difference between 38-13 and that'd be like loving two women. Absolutely, Bills Battle. I completely understand. Oh, Pancho Villa, DB. Yeah. I do look forward to that week 3 game. I hope that someone records or is there and does something on social media so I can see what they do to remember Pancho Villa. Um, Man, yeah, that was a tough loss this year. Tough loss. Me too. But yeah, I just see now you said Pancho Villa got me. Just man, just a big loss. Big loss. I chat with him a few times. Always in good spirits when I was around. Um, agreed to come on my show a couple times. Just obviously it didn't work out. Um, but yeah, another reason to go all the way. Absolutely, Anthony John. Absolutely. Listen. We need to keep him close to us this whole season. Viva Los Bills, baby. And you know what? For everyone who actually knows how to say his name, I know that the L's are silent. I just for some reason can't do it. I guess yeah. Home opener week 3. They said that pregame they're going to do something for to remember Pancho Villa, Pancho Villa or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, I don't mean to disrespect him. I don't at all. I would never do that. But anyway, yeah, I've heard that for the home opener, for the pregame, they're going to do something to remember Pancho Villa, and I just really hope that someone catches it, someone posts it on social media, or maybe even they show it. But yeah, remarkable guy all around, and just think like his dying wish, or whatever was that people would donate backpacks to children who don't have money to get backpacks for school and stuff like that. Like, come on, who does that? Who like think about other people even on your deathbed? It's insane. I'm not that generous. I'll say that straight up. I wish I was that generous. I'm not. So, um, yeah, just wish him the best. Wish his family the best. Still in my thoughts all the time. But yeah, I hope that. Hey, you know what, guys? I'll be doing the stream week 3. If you see some pink, some wet eyes, you'll know why. Some teary eyes, and I won't be able to hide it. I won't be able to hide it either. So I wish I could, but I won't. So yeah, join me week 3 after we're 2-0. To see us celebrate the life of Pancho Villa. I really look forward to it. I hope you guys do too. Bia. Okay. Bila. Okay. But I just say Pancho Villa. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. And they make fun of me. And I say, okay. But yeah, I remember last year when I went to the game against the Jaguars, and he was unable to make it. But I remember I was tweeting with him, trying to get the best places at tailgate. He got me to meet Pinto Ron, so it was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I was really hoping. I took a picture with Pinto, and we sent it to him. And I was just really hoping to get a chance to actually meet him, and at some point, just talk to him. Maybe even have him on the show. It's okay. Thanks, Bills Battle. I'm glad you approve. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the Bulls got the ball inside Penn State territory. So maybe if you're betting the spread right now, you're yelling for Buffalo to get in the end zone one more time. 45-13. What is that? 2:20 to go in the game. But we'll see. But yeah, I do look forward to that alone, the remembrance for Pancho Villa at the home opener. Hopefully, we do something nice for his family, for his closest friends. Be good to see. Anyhow, less than 2 minutes to go in this game here. Again, guys, thank you for joining me. I know it's been a long stream, but no one answered my question. Who's gonna be the top receiving target for Josh Allen tomorrow? Who's gonna have the most receiving yards tomorrow in the Bills game? For the Bills, I should say. For the Bills. I'll give you my pick if you guys tell me yours. I have it in mind. I have it in mind. Who I think is gonna be the number one guy. Yeah, it was cool to see Phillips and Oliver. Yeah, I saw that DB. I did see that when they hooked up and met him. And as soon as Oliver was drafted, that was the first thing he wanted to do. So that was really cool. Bills Battle says Beasley. Beasley's gonna have a big game tomorrow. I would love to see Allen start the game off by showing off his new weapons in both Brown and Beasley. Um, that'd be really cool to see. And again, going back to my three keys to victory, it would help us not be predictable. As easy as Beasley. So both of you guys picked Beasley to be the guy. I wasn't thinking Beasley. I was thinking Brown. And the only reason why I say Brown is because he'll get more chunk plays, right? So I think he'll have a few opportunities to get like 30, 40 yard catches downfield, where Beasley's gonna get you those 6, 7, 8 yard catches. So I was gonna go with Brown, but yeah, I think we're on the same page as far as having one of those new weapons shine in the first game. Long pass for the Bulls here, incomplete. Incomplete down the field. 15 seconds to go. Again, guys, shortly after the stream, I'd like to be Brown. Yeah, yeah, I would love for it to be Brown because then hopefully we have a touchdown or two in there to him as well. I think what might happen and what I would love to see happen is Cole Beasley has the most receptions and Brown has the most yards, and they both have 2 touchdowns, and that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. So. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. Again, 15 seconds to go in the game. First and 10 for Penn State. They're probably just going to kneel it here, although they were classless when they scored to make it 45 instead of 38. So who knows what they're going to do here. Guys, enjoy the game tomorrow, man. Enjoy the game. It's going to be so much fun. Football's back, so I hope you guys enjoy it. The Bulls didn't pull out like we were hoping. Again, had a 10-7 halftime lead, and we thought maybe something could happen. Obviously, the second half was all Penn State. As they win this one 45-13. But that's not the game that we were looking forward to the most this weekend. That's tomorrow, 1 o'clock in East Rutherford, as the Bills go into New Jersey to play the New York, New Jersey Jets. Hopefully we come away with the win, baby. Again, the Antonio Brown thing, no news. Whatever. We'll worry about that week 4, and believe me, we'll cover that. But right now, we're going to worry about the Jets tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy the game wherever you're watching it from, guys. If you get the chance, join hashtag sports on either Sportscaster or over on their YouTube channel. I'll be in the chat, guys, so we'll have a good time there. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat room with them. Mara and Paul, great guys. They're gonna have you covered for the game tomorrow. I hate the Jets more than the Pats because the Reds suck. Again, when it comes to loving the Bills this much, like the Bills being the only team I love, all the other 31 teams, well, I can't say that. The other 3 teams in our division hate them equally, and then the rest of the conference hate them equally, and then the NFC I hate equally, right? So the NFC I hate the least, but I hate them the least equally. So that's why I normally will pick an NFC team whenever it's the NFC versus the AFC in the Super Bowl, because I hate them less than the AFC team. So, but unless the Bills are there, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, Pats, Jets, Dolphins, hate them equally. And to be honest with you, I think our biggest rival throughout the years, if you go back through Bills' history, is probably the Dolphins. But I hate the Jets too, and I hate the Patriots. But I don't hate the Patriots any more than the Jets or Dolphins, even though they keep winning. I don't. I hate the AFC because we need to beat them all. And then I hate the NFC just because they're not the Bills. So I'm from New York City. Trust me, Jets fans always pick fights in the bars. Well, then be careful tomorrow at the bar because when we win, they'll be looking to start a lot of fights. Just make sure you just point to the scoreboard and say, hey, I don't need to say nothing. Just look at the scoreboard. Game over. But don't start any fights tomorrow either. All right? Just have a good time. Enjoy the game. Everyone enjoy the game. Bulls lose. Bills will win hopefully tomorrow, and that will make up for the whole week. So have a good one, guys. Take care. I will talk to y'all tomorrow, but I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you Monday when I do our post game. Hopefully in a celebratory mood. I got a Bills bar. Good. Hopefully in a celebratory mood on Monday to celebrate hopefully what will be a Bills win. Enjoy the game. Have a good time. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for joining me on this 3+ hour long stream too. I'll talk to y'all soon. Until I do, go Bills.